Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Suited and Booted. I'm your host, Jerome. To my left.
Lord Mahazi.
To my right.
Number 10.
Forward.
What do we say my nickname was now?
Oh, shit.
Norbotic.
Norbotic.
That's it.
Wasn't it Daddy?
No, I called him Daddy when we hopped out the V.
Norbotic, bro.
Yeah.
Robotic.
When he was walking over, he goes, Daddy.
Yeah, like Big Daddy. Like,
Bro, you call some people daddy too much, bro.
and they're always bald.
They are too.
They are too.
Right, yeah.
And his actual dad is too.
And my dad's bald too.
Is he really?
Yeah, my dad looks more like Nor than he looks like me.
Wait, is that just because he's bald?
Well, he's bald, he's Arab, he's got a beard. Like,
Are you going to go bald?
100%. Have you fucking seen my hairline?
Yeah, I was just asking for the...
Has
listeners.
that changed over the last few years?
My hairline?
Yeah.
Fucking oath.
Really?
The first time I ever realised my hairline was going shit, because when I was younger, I used to complain to my mum, my hair's too thick, my hair's too thick. And my mum's like...
Careful what you wish for, huh?
Exactly. One day my mum's like, Jerome, you're lucky to have this hair. Because, you know... And I'm like, no. Dude, there was one time where I made my mum put relaxer in my hair. I'm not even black.
Bro, apparently
He
that
sat
stuff...
there with a do-rag on.
I used to get my hair chemically straightened.
Yeah.
Back in the day, all my uncles, my mum's side did it, and they're all bald.
Yeah.
Because the
Really?
chemicals,
It's really bad for
fucked
you.
your hair,
Yeah.
fucked their hair.
What do you think Drogba was doing?
Like I've got really thick hair, so there's no reason why they should be bald. And then like it's because they used to every week. It was like a thing back then, where in the Jerry curl
Jerry
and shit.
curls, yeah.
Jerry
Whoa.
curls. Man, why do you think Drogba's hair was straight?
Yeah, now he's bald.
Now he's bald.
You know, I was talking about this with some people the other day, and I was like, my whole life, I did not question Drogba having straight hair.
Neither.
Like, he's on the same team with Essien and all these guys.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, it makes sense. Like,
Bro,
his
that's
hair's
just
like
clicked to me now. I didn't even think about it.
He had hair like
Bro, like-
fucking
That's
Pirlo.
just clicked to
He
me
had
now.
like Argentinian,
Yep.
like Hernan
With the
Crespo, bro.
headband. Yeah.
He did.
Straight up.
It was always wet.
Never questioned
I
it
thought
once.
it was natural.
Yeah.
Nah, bro, that's deep.
Which is really stupid
How
when you
would
think
I don't know how it would be natural.
You're from Africa,
He's
bro.
Bro, I don't know
Yeah.
how it'd be natural, but I thought it was.
Exactly.
Bro, I did as well. Back then, I didn't understand. Like, I just thought, oh yeah, he's got an Italian style. Like, he's got hair like Nesta.
He's half Cote d'Ivoire,
Yeah,
half
yeah.
Italian.
But a lot of francophones, so like French Africans, bro, remember when Pogba used to have the muzzer cut?
Yeah.
Yeah, Pogba's he's been chemically straightened
He's
a few
been
times.
But was that...
timestamp. That'll yeah.
He's time-stamped himself on his own accord, 9 minutes.
Flag
Not
on the
even,
play.
what are we, 40 minutes
minutes
in? That's fucked. He's never done that before.
Was
Self-awareness.
Neymar the first black one to do that?
Is he black?
Black one.
Is he-
Black guy.
is
Was he the
Neymar
first
black?
like brown
Do you remember-
guy to
bro,
do
do you
that?
remember when you just turned into Neymar for like 12 months?
Yeah,
Were
I
you in
think I was
Argentina?
before him.
Bro, your head. No.
You influenced him.
Yeah.
Really?
Bro, you look at the photos,
dates?
the historical photos, the dates. I'm not sure who was first, but it was around the same time.
So, in other words, you didn't get inspo from him.
I don't know. I have a feeling that I may have seen something of him before he was so big. Like a small clip, you know what I
Santos
mean?
Neymar
Like
we're
when he was
talking
maybe a junior. But not when he was big, you know?
Gotcha.
You know
Am I
why?
all good?
Yeah, you're fine.
You know why I keep bringing up Neymar's sister, right? You guys don't know. You keep asking. It's happened
yeah.
again.
What?
What?
Okay.
Neymar's sister?
Yeah. No, I'm surprised you don't.
I know about his mom.
No. Okay. Let me explain something, right? This is all alleged, but it's a known thing in the football world. Like, if you just Google it, it'll come up. Neymar is always injured on his sister's
Yes.
birthday.
I know this. Yeah.
People think that they're... And there's been some weird videos of Neymar and his family members. He's a bit touchy. Now, maybe that's just a Brazilian thing. But, bro, he's injured again, like recently. It's his sister's birthday.
So what are you implying?
I'm not implying anything. I'm just stating
He's Cole Palmering on the couch.
Hey, man. Why are you always injured on your sister's birthday? Like,
But why do you need to be injured to be in?
Yeah, this
because
is
it's a
what's
mad
that?
excuse.
What's that got to? How did the
this is what I
sorry to
think.
be so
Hey, I'm
vulgar.
injured, I banged my sister.
I'm sorry to be so vulgar to our young listeners. I hope
Yeah.
we don't have any too many under.
We're not doing the deed.
But
It's Neymar.
yeah, but why? What are the connections between those two things? He's in Santos. He's where his sister would be anyway.
Yeah, but he was doing it while he was at Paris.
I think the to be honest, I think we're just a hypersexualized generation. But I think the thing is like if he's willing to fake an injury, it's like that's how desperate he is to get off job so that he
That's
can be
exactly
with his
well. That's
sister.
exactly right.
Yes.
Oh, by the way, to the Buddhists, I don't know if you noticed, but Jerome has been saying this one line for so long now. Well, that's exactly right.
I want to put it on a t-shirt.
Where is that from?
Okay, so well, that's exactly right. Is
He does it better every time.
I'll tell you where it comes from, right? The wogs listening know that when you're in conversation with like an older wog, like, say 40 to 60, they're actually not listening to what you're saying.
They're waiting to have you say what they want to say.
That's it. That's exactly
right.
exactly right. So like Rash could be saying something, but I just want him to hurry up and get to the point so I can speak. So I'll say, well, that's exactly right. So, or they also say correct. Yeah, correct.
Absolutely.
Well, absolutely. It's
Absolutely.
fantastic. Like there's a few buzzwords. You guys know because you grew up in Oakley, you had WOG coaches. That's absolutely fantastic, Rash. I'm happy everything's going all good for you. But yeah, did I tell you about
He's a good man.
Yeah, he's a good man. He's a good man. It's an institution.
Yeah, it's an institution.
Yeah. These are all sayings that people say, and then me and my friend John, who I don't think we've had a normal conversation in about 10 years. Like we speak in tongues, basically. And every time, I reckon we rip it out maybe once every 5 minutes. So like he'll say something and I'll be like, well, that's exactly right.
You guys are little kids still.
Yeah, we're kids. So then I think it just kept happening and happening and happening. And then in our recent skit, I said it like 4 times.
Yeah, you did. Yeah.
You know,
because we were talking about it.
really, really good.
That's a
Yeah,
really
I don't know how that's not caught on, but that is the funniest thing. When I was filming him really close and his lips were going really, really good coffee.
That's a really good coffee. It's a really good
Are we
coffee.
dropping another one of the skits we did this
Yeah,
week?
this week we got one coming. But yeah, a lot of the other sayings, man, a lot of the times they don't care about what you're saying. It's about moving the convo on so they can speak about themselves.
Yeah.
And it's actually subconscious. Like it's a subconscious thing. Like I won't say who, but you guys were speaking to someone the other day, and you basically said, "Yeah, we'll try to talk to them," and then they just gave us their life story.
I can't remember who's talking about.
Bleep this, Nor.
Oh. Yeah.
So it's a thing where it's like, and my dad is genuinely one of the nicest guys on planet Earth. Like anyone that meets my dad, they'll be like, "What a sick guy." But he genuinely, I've seen him, I've heard him. Someone will be like, "Oh, I've just had surgery." You know what he'll say? Well, actually, I've had surgery. And then start talking about himself. But it's like, it's not about you right now. It's about the person in question. So, also as well, another thing they love to do is they love to know everyone. To the point where I said to my mum, I'm going to make up a fake person and I'm going to ask Dad if he knows him. and he's going to...
No, he didn't buy it.
He did, bro. So I go, hey...
You should have done this. You should have filmed that.
I know. We've got to start using my dad for content,
Yes.
and not paying him. But he used to work at the pizza shop at one of the shopping centres in the southeast here. But he'd know everyone at the shops, like the security guards, like all the people that ran the butchers. So I was like, I'm going to make up a person. Shout out to the midget wrestler that used to come into the pizza shop. Legend.
Also, probably a word we're not allowed to use these days.
That's all right. That's all right.
Small mistake.
Yeah. Tiny error.
Yeah.
I go, Dad, do you know the old bloke that walks around Stud Park with the garbage bag, grey hair, goatee? Yeah, I talk to him all the time. And I'm like, no, you don't, because I just made him up.
I know you did.
I swear to God. I swear to God.
And what does he say?
And he goes, no, there actually is a guy. And I'm
God.
like, no, there isn't. But it's all right. Like it's all right.
Hey, this happened the other day when Gav and I went to Western, and we sat next to this, God bless him, this older fella who'd actually moved to Melbourne because his daughter was ill. But he was screaming at like all the Western players and like screaming at Jamie Young, who was there acting like he knew him. And then he was convinced Gav had played for Western Sydney and had played for Western United. So I'm like to the point where Gav like tried to correct him at the start, and the guy didn't want to know. And so he kept saying, yeah, you played less than this guy. And Gav's like, yeah, I did, yeah.
You know what I did?
Yeah, and so Gav then took a step too far and starts name dropping nobodies. Like nobodies.
Fake people.
Yeah, fake people. And the other guy goes, oh, of course, yes, I know him. And I'm sitting there
Why
like,
do we know about this?
fuck me. Yeah. Well, because the day you boys couldn't come.
Oh, okay.
And we went and watched them play out.
Bro, it's just a funny thing to do. Like, me and the boys used to go up to Meetung. I don't know if you guys know where that is, for the AFL Grand Final every year. It's this small town in Country Vic, and there's one bar there, one pub, that's it. But it's just mad to just drive up and camp or whatever. And the whole time in the pub, my mate was saying that he owned a farm in Bairnsdale, and he started name dropping all these suppliers. And the guy's like, yep, know him. Yep, know him. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Oh. And we're just lying the whole time.
Oh, lying for no reason sensational. If I go to like an open home just to like, check one out, what I could do in my future, and they ask you like, oh, what are your plans? Like, oh, well, I'm looking to build 3 houses.
Yeah.
Oh,
lying
how do you
good.
make money?
Yeah.
Oh, well, OnlyFans.
I can't imagine you camping. Like you
It was glamping, bro. We was in
a
a fucking-
5-star upper echelon, right?
But when I was a
would get
kid,
irritated.
When I was a kid, I used to rough it. Like we used to go Murray River, like proper.
Yeah, now you've come to your senses.
Now I'm just like, what? Did I ever tell you time? Sorry, we're going off track here, but I don't really care.
That's all right.
Did I tell
I'm
you
not
guys?
sure we've ever been on track.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys about the time where I went to Deniliquin? So it's in New South Wales. It's in the middle of fucking nowhere. It's on the Murray. There's nothing there. Now it's changed. Back then I went and I said to my mum, I was 18, I said, Mum, I don't want to fucking go. And she goes, just come, the family will be there. And I go, nah, because the extended family, they're all Wogans. Do you know what a Wogan is?
No.
It's a wog that acts too Aussie.
Oh.
Like a bogan wog.
There's a lot of...
Bro, there's a lot of Wogans.
Yeah,
there's a lot of Wogans.
Wogans.
Was there one for Africans?
Wogans.
Because my dad was kind of like that.
Like a Wafrican. No, not a Wafrican. A Bafrican. A Bogfrican.
Bofrican.
But Jake, you would know a lot of Wogans, I feel.
What's a Wogan?
It's a wog that acts really Aussie.
Yeah.
Like
Every
not every bro. Like if you think
there's
of
a lot of wogs that really try and distinguish themselves. They're adamant about the distinguish between themselves and Australians.
Yeah.
And then there are some where it's like they've just fully leaned.
Then they
into
just
the
throw in
whole-
a there every now and then.
Do we think,
Accidentally.
do we think the bridge to that is AFL?
a lot of the
Yes,
times.
yes.
Or
Yeah.
just living in Australia.
Yeah, but I don't know any Wogans that play soccer.
Yeah,
That
that's what I was gonna
they're
say.
all footy
Yeah,
guys.
footy guys.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, I do know them.
Right. I know a guy. Shout out my mate Maka. He's half Greek, half Croatian. He's probably the most Aussie guy I've ever met.
What a minute.
Just plays on the ball, AFL.
Yeah, plays on the ball, country footy. Like
yeah, mate.
I'm just like,
Get stuck
it just
in.
depends where you grow up. Anyway, I said to my mum, "There's too many Wogans. I don't want to go."
Wogans. That's
She
the
goes,
thing.
"Just come." Anyway, I go there, and you know how I am. I'm a piece of shit. I get there, I've just got the stank face. I'm not getting involved in anything. At this point, I was like straight edge. Like I did not drink. I thought drinking was poison. Everyone's drinking. It's 40 degrees. I'm in the middle of the fucking country, New South Wales. And I'm like, fuck this shit.
Well, our times have changed, huh?
I know.
When it comes to drinking.
I know. We'll get to that. I call up my mate John. He goes, bro, get a bus to Echuca. Then from Echuca, get the train to Southern Cross. We're going to pick you up and you're going to have New Year's with the boys in Melbourne like you were meant to do. And I go, you know what? Fuck it. I'm doing it.
Can you imagine trying to
Oh, no, rash.
father or mother this guy?
Oh, my
When
parents,
he's like 18.
I would have stopped at 18.
yeah.
Let the wild
Bro,
child
they're still
go.
doing it at 29. Anyway. So
Okay, Jerome.
my mum...
Go to Echuca, mate.
Yeah. No, but my mum was... Listen, bro.
And then get on that train to Southern Cross. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Listen to what happened. So the day before New Year's Eve, my mum throws $50 at me, pissed off. She goes, go to the fucking travel agent, get your bus ticket and fuck off. Go on.
Love that.
Right? Now, they had a travel agent for buses. So I went to the travel agent.
Deprived.
Yeah, I got my ticket. And they go, right, 6 a.m., a bus is leaving from here to go to Echuca. It was like 3-4 hours. I was like, oh, maybe a bit less. I was like, cool. That night, I decided to have cheese on my pasta. Now, if you guys know me, I'm lactose intolerant. But I think this was the day I found out. right?
Oh, goodness.
Bro, that night I'm like, my stomach doesn't feel too good. Bro, 2 a.m., I'm violently vomiting and diarrhea everywhere.
Oh.
Right? To the point where I went to the Deniliquin hospital. I'm in hospital at 2 a.m. Mind you, I got a bus ride at 6 a.m. I'm in the hospital and I'm vomiting and shitting everywhere. Right?
So you vomit from dairy?
Bro, I don't know what it was. Maybe like a mosquito from the Murray got in my food or some shit. I don't know. I was violently ill. What do?
Mosquito from the Murray.
I don't know. I get on that bus at 6 a.m.
Oh,
Now,
you come good.
no. I got worse, Jake.
What?
So I'm sat next to this old bloke window. So I'm on the window. I'm sat next to him, and the whole way
Packed train or
packed bus,
Oh, whoa.
52-seater. I'm in there. It's hot as fuck.
Oh no.
I've got violent diarrhea. Bro, I don't know how I made it to a Chuka train station. Went to the toilet, painted it, was crying my eyes out. I was in that much pain. Imagine me, Rash. Imagine me with an iPod Classic, sitting on the toilet, shitting myself and vomiting at the same time.
Oh.
Crying.
Imagine.
No. So wait, can I just ask you, when you're 2 a.m. or you're going to the hospital and all this, and then you make the commitment, no, I'm going to get that bus. Is that out of spite because your mum threw the money at you?
No, it was more so
Or
like
you really just want to go to
You hate that town that much. You look what you went through.
sort of, but it's more so I'll come good. Like, you know, fuck, I might feel a bit shit, but by the time I get to Melbourne, like, I'll be all right.
Did the bus have a toilet?
No.
If it had of, what would your decision
That
have
bus
been?
would have went off the road.
No, there's no way you would have taken a shit on that bus, would you?
Bro, I've taken shits in. I've taken a shit in a
Yeah,
club.
but the ones you're talking of, that could take the bus off the road.
That's what I'm saying. It could have taken the bus off the road. Could have been Wolf Creek 3.
Can you imagine that, bro? Like, just you don't know who that guy is at the back that's got violent diarrhea.
Hey,
on a
is it just
3-hour
me,
journey.
bro? Or every time you go to a public toilet,
It's painted.
it's painted
Yeah.
when you get in there,
100%.
and then also
Yeah.
the person
it
next to
cuts
you is going,
Because it cuts like you.
but the person next to you is going,
Bro, there was someone at Drake going 15 minutes before the show. I go, brother, he's getting it
I
out.
swear if they did a shit at home, they don't do that.
Yeah, no,
So they get out in
like,
public.
what's going on?
It's a fucking
Every
encore of
toilet.
like a trumpet performance.
I know what it is. What? It's like you're trying to be like a dominant macho. Like, I run this toilet. Like, get the fuck out. You know when guys piss really loud, it sounds like chicken frying?
Yeah, they try to go right in the middle.
They
to
try to
make
go,
it sound
whoa,
all
like,
big.
How do they go?
like, whoa. Like, it's like,
It's like a heavy metal band.
yeah, like heavy metal pissing. Cunts do that when they're anyway. I'm at a chuka. I go, Mum. I ring my mum. I go,
Oh my God, he calls his
He
mum.
would be that
I go,
guy.
Mum.
After all that.
I go, Mum, I can't. And she goes, fuck's sake. She goes, all right, we're coming now. She drove from Deniliquin to Echuca, picked me up the whole way.
How long does that drive?
2 hours.
It's 2 to 3 hours, I think.
Oh my
Right.
Goodness.
God.
The whole time I'm laying in the back seat, it was like I'd been saved by like an angel at this point. It was an aircon car. I had Lucasade. I was just like, and then I went back, and everyone. Do you know what's embarrassing? Everyone at the campsite, there was probably about 20, 30 people, saw me walk back in just defeated. Like, he didn't make it.
Man, we need someone to cartoon
Oh,
up
yeah.
that whole story.
Bro, that is cartoon
Him,
story,
yeah,
isn't
when
it?
he's driving, you know this Theo Von one?
Yeah.
He's driving back like with his Lucasade. Yeah. And his
Bro.
mum's like, look in the front, like, what the fuck is this son?
Yeah, seriously. New Year's night.
I'm in awe, bro. I'm in
New
awe of that
Year's
story.
night, I sat there on a camp chair just like this, drinking a Coke. I was just like,
He
fuck.
tried to get out, but it sucked
tried to
back. You got
escape.
sucked
Oh,
back
yeah.
in, bro.
His friends are at Southern Cross. Where are you?
Oh shit,
Yeah,
that's good.
I rang John. I'm like, brother, I can't make it.
I ate. This has all started from putting
Yeah,
a bit
I
of
ate
parmesan
cheese.
cheese on pasta.
Yeah, it was just like,
Mind you, he wouldn't have a beer.
yeah.
Yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
like,
now I understand your lactase, man.
yeah, bro.
Crazy.
Anyway, let's talk some football. I don't even know where to begin, Jake. Let's try go chronological. Let's try go
Where does chronological even start?
I don't even know. So
For you anyway.
Well, can we also start at Preston Market? Our freaking
okay, bro.
What the
first of all, on Thursday midday, me and Rash went to Preston Market because a few spooters said that go to Preston Market because there'll be. Bro, there was not one Macedonian thing at Preston Market.
Was there supposed to be?
The information centre literally said, "Sorry, there's no Macedonian things."
But did
at all."
people tell us?
What I think is happened, Jake, is people just thought Preston Lions, Preston Market has to be like Preston Lions.
Like, surely.
They did their shoot there for their jersey. So I was like, okay, there'll be some Budek or something. The first place we go, Rash is like, oh, Budek. And I'm like, bro, that's Turkish because it says Gozleme. And I'm like, it's Turkish. It's not Macedonian. We're looking, and bro, we genuinely just wasted our time there. Like,
Unbelievable,
there was
man.
nothing there. So we said, fuck it. Scrap it. We filmed some shit, but we were like, man, we can't really use anything. So I was like, let's just do it tomorrow. Anyway. Preston versus South Melbourne. It was the game everyone was talking about. We actually said beforehand what we thought the attendance was. What would it be? We were right. Gav said 40, but it was huge. Anyway, so Rash was in Adelaide. Gav's in Fiji. Me and Jakey went down to Preston. So there was a lot going on, bro. You know, people were saying, come here before the game. Some people were saying, nah, don't go there. Go to another place. It was hot. It was all happening. We decided that we were going to meet at Mystique. So we get there. Jake picks me up from Mystique. We, after a bit of troubleshooting, we get into the private car park. Mate, rolled in.
Yeah.
Crispy. Just so convenient. We get in there. Straight away, people knew who we were. They were saying, oh, yep, it's suited and booted, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Straight away.
Like security.
Yeah, the security, they must have been worded up or whatever.
They were on point with security, by the way. Preston.
Absolutely
Were they?
incredible.
Yeah.
We'll tell you what they had.
Yeah, there was more to the arena than the I Met.
Exactly. So, first things first, me and Jake, we meet Dave Svetkovsky, the president, out the front. What a guy.
Yeah.
Straight out, it's probably the best hospitality we've had. Like, he walked us straight into Mystique. Now, for those who don't know, Mystique is right across the road from Preston Lions. It's a venue owned by Dave, I believe. And
Well, Preston now, yeah.
Right,
It's a massive function centre / restaurant / bar.
right.
So think
That's
of
mad.
yeah, it's mad. It's like a dance floor.
What
And,
capacity
when we-
would we say?
Oh, you
Couple
could fit
hundred.
you could fit a couple hundred. You could have a
Easy.
wedding there type thing.
yeah, you could have
Is
a
that like the
wedding.
one at what's it called? Avondale?
Yes, similar
Similar
vibes.
type thing, okay.
It's like a really, really small Venator. Like that vibe, you know?
What about when we rocked up? Like, can we try and figure out what instruments we're playing and how each person playing this unique instrument was sat on a chair, like fully separated from each other on the stage?
Accordion.
It was like 6, 7, yeah, violin, like
yeah.
just background music, and it's like, whoa,
Yeah, what have we walked into?
yeah,
Atmosphere.
Right?
strange. For everyone's starting to drink. Preston fans are coming in.
Was it Macedonian authentic music or something?
Yeah,
like that?
Yeah,
Like,
it felt like it was kind of like a Macedonian club. Like, do you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
social club. or
Social
something.
club.
Social
correct,
club,
yeah.
that's what it is.
yeah.
So we get in there and we sit down straight away. Dave's like, what can I get you? I said, I'd be rude not to have a beer. Get a beer. So I get a beer down me. Then Dave says, I want to introduce you to the head of the fans. Shout out to my boy. I won't mention his name, but you know who you are. You're a
I
mad
was
dog.
just about to scream his name.
Actually,
yeah,
okay, shout out Denko.
yeah.
Denko's a
Legend,
mad guy.
bro.
Legend.
Legend, bro.
Right? Big boy. Wouldn't fuck with Denko, I'll tell you that much. He comes in straight away. He's got 2 little pots of rakia. He goes, have it now. I said, well, I'm not going to say no to you, am I?
It was like pots of tea, bro. Like
Yeah.
these little pots of tea, but it was like rakia. And the shots that he poured him,
The big
or
ones.
the ones that you continuously, they were like double shots in one, and rakia too. So it was kind of like 3 shots of vodka in one hit.
Rash, rakia is premium 98 fuel.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
It's actually just straight like ethanol.
pretty
Pure
much.
gasoline.
Yeah, pretty much. So I'm like, well, I can't say no, and I've got to sort of do it for this video. knock that one down.
It also, oddly enough, helped us get into the
100%.
community.
Yeah.
Like a bit of badge of honor.
Yeah.
100%. If they see you embracing and having fun, that's the way in.
Yeah, it was very much like he became a quote unquote sick cunt.
Yeah.
Once he polished off his fifth.
They just kept coming. So Denko would come and he goes, here's another one. And then shout out to the star of the show, Jimmy.
Is that his name, Jimmy?
His name is Jimmy.
Liga. I thought everyone was calling him Liga, but Jimmy's his
Yeah, I might be, bro, Jake, that guy,
he's just
he's the heart and soul of Preston
every club has one, don't they?
Every club has one. He united me and the whole fan base, really, because of I've never met him. He was just coming up saying, you're a sick cunt. Here's another shot. Come on, Jerome. I'm like, mate, you're the star of the video. If you've watched the video, he's the guy that does the spin bowl at the end.
He's also the guy that you can tell we never ask him to come in any shot. He just ends up in all the shots. Like we're in different parts of the ground, from Mystique to outside the stadium to in the stadium to on the ground, and he was everywhere.
Yeah, bro. He was just appearing.
And he was never not drunk.
Yeah. But like the nicest drunk you'd ever meet in
Yeah,
your
like
life.
not in a good way. Like,
Yeah.
do you know what I mean? He was
Like
flying.
natural state.
He was flying, bro.
So, you boys hungry? I play it off. Oh, I wouldn't mind. I was starving.
Yeah.
Dave, the sick cunt, gets us a whole platter. Kebabi, steaks, sausages, chips, bread. Me and Jake obviously demolish it. We're having a brilliant conversation with Dave just about the state of the league and what they're doing at Preston. And he was telling us, bro, I don't think many people know Preston and their merch. It's unbelievable. I feel like not a lot of NPL clubs, not many people wear the merch to games. But in Preston, every kid's got a jersey. Every kid's got a scarf.
Really?
They're all Preston.
Yeah. I would go on a bit of a limb here without any facts, and who cares about them, but saying that they could sell more merch than majority of teams in the A-League.
100%.
Because 9,000 people there, for 6,000 of them were in some sort of merch.
Yeah.
Wow.
Of the club.
We were told the figure, I'm not going to say it, but it blew me away.
Yeah.
How much they made.
How much they make off merch? Or how
Yeah,
much
off
they made
merch.
the game?
Off merch.
Yeah, it's frightening.
So Mystique starts packing, right? And bro, I just want to say from the bottom of our heart, thank you to everyone that came up and showed love. It was probably the most love we've ever gotten anywhere we've ever been. So I was getting asked for videos and shit in the toilets. Like, people were just showing mad love. And everyone that came up and got a photo and stuff, I love you.
Yeah.
Genuinely. Quoting our videos and stuff, like, it was the best.
You kind of don't realize someone said it to us there. It's like, maybe we don't see it because we're on the couch.
Yeah, they
But
said.
like, and the reach until you go into the epicenter of like your target market or who's listening, and then you're like, fucking hell. Yeah.
You know what's
It's
crazy,
insane,
bro?
man. It was amazing.
6-year-olds asking for a photo, but then you had 50-year-olds
Yeah.
coming up and saying, I don't think you boys understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
Everyone sort of said the same thing of like, you don't understand what you're doing in a positive way.
Yeah.
Like,
we
you
got
don't
we got a lot of pep talks.
A lot of pep talks.
A lot of pep talks. A lot of like great
Drunken
pep
pep
talks.
talks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
like it's coming out of their soul what they were saying to us.
Continued in the DMs, bro. The amount of people that DM'd us saying, we're going to sort you some merch. Thank you, boys, for coming down. You don't know what it means to the club. Like, seriously, I was told by one person that Preston were going to open their arms, and I said, we'll see. And it was overwhelming, the hospitality. So we do that, and then I think my favourite part of the night is when we had just walked right outside Mystique, and the ultras were on like the veranda or whatever you want to call it, ripping flares, singing, the drums. And Rakia, that's when I started getting...
That's when he had 4 in about
Yeah.
15 minutes.
Yeah.
So and he'd already done 2 in sight.
Yeah.
So he was on 6 before we'd shot our intro
Yes.
for the clip.
Right, yeah.
Now, someone hands me another beer as well. And I'm like, bro, I got to drive. And they go, you'll be fucking right. Just take an Uber. And I'm not going to say no to these guys.
Well, at this point, I turned to you and said, "I'll drive you home."
Yeah, Jake had said,
we conceded defeat.
yeah, I
early.
conceded defeat before the game started. So they're ripping flares outside, singing, the drums are going. It's probably the best weather you could ever ask for. And they unveil this massive flag, Robert Kolevsky. recently passed away.
Yep.
We dedicated our episode to Robert.
Yep.
And they were saying how he had been at the club for years, even at their lowest point, like in the state leagues, and he was always there to support them. And so that was a beautiful thing to see. Then the night just kept going, man. Norm Sekulovsky comes out of nowhere, tells one of the best stories we've ever heard. Go check out the vlog and the snippet for that one. So Norm's there. We talk to Norm Butker. Everyone loves him. Club legend. The march is about to start. They march over from Mystique to the ground. Probably about 50, I'd say.
Yeah, this is around the time we realised how big the line was to get in.
Bro?
It was 4 soccer pitches long.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Because like it literally went across 4 soccer pitches to get to the front gate or the back gate where people got in.
Like
the
single file.
the line went across onto a 4th soccer pitch.
Yeah.
Which in itself could have been like a couple of thousand people. You got it on camera.
It's in the vlog.
It's somewhat in the clip, but it doesn't really do it justice.
Yeah.
Because you kind of move it across quick. But it was fucked.
It was incredible. Get in, and me and Jake are like, fuck it, we'll just go stand with the Mad Dogs, with the Ultras. So we went there and we spent the first half there.
In the shed.
In the shed end. Now, the best thing about the shed end is them slapping
The shed.
because it makes this sound. One of the best atmospheres I've ever experienced. I know it's relative to size and all that, but genuinely the Preston fans did not stop singing. There was maybe about 25% of the perimeter of the pitch that was closed off, so there could have been more people let in.
There, behind both benches.
Yeah, I know why they did that.
Yeah, the South fans had behind one goal and it wrapped around just near there to a bench, and then the bench to bench was cut off, and then the Preston all around the other.
Now, South brought about a couple hundred, 500, 600, something like that. Good turnout.
What was their allowance? Were they allowed any amount?
I don't know, but all the Preston people at the club were saying it's weird because they brought more people to the FFA Cup game, which is odd. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
But, hey, the game wouldn't have happened without South's fans, South as a club. You know, I know all the plaudits are going to Preston, but South are just as much as part of this rivalry as, you know, half the reason people go is because it's against South. So shout out to South Melbourne. Look, football wasn't champagne,
Well, let's just call it out, it is, man.
right? Football was not champagne.
Preston were closer towards champagne. South,
Yeah.
respectfully, like,
South played how South played.
I don't know what that is. Do you know what I mean?
Just
Like they had a throw in on halfway as an example, and it was an attacking move to launch it into the box.
Right.
So
Any
it was-
standout players, individuals?
Leighton Brooks was good. Marcus Schroens at Preston. South, I think he was number 22, looked tidy on the ball. I don't know his name. Apologies.
Yeah, in the midfield.
Never seen him before, but haven't watched much of South. And then I don't really know. Bozanovsky, he came from Victory,
Actually, he
the
was
centre
solid.
back. He was good.
He's huge.
Yeah.
Every aerial battle was his.
Yeah, well, just because you didn't recognise him, it's a sign of a good defender.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes that level's actually, as you can pick it apart, the football and stuff at times, it's actually sometimes quite hard to play it. So
Bon Scott did well, the Preston keeper. I thought he was pretty decent, kept a clean sheet, pretty demanding, had decent distribution.
There was a number 6 in midfield for Preston, looked tidy. I think he might have been at South
can't
or
remember.
MacArthur or
Pen
somewhere.
was
He couldn't
clean,
get a game. Huh?
The pen was clean.
Well, so what happened
This was a moment and a half, bro.
Yeah.
I actually spoke to Johnny Aloisi about the pen the
did
next
ya?
day.
Yeah.
Because he's like, fuck, he had some balls, huh? Because
Yeah.
he's like, bro, this is how clued in these people are. He's like, they knew we were at the game, but they knew the result and they knew the score. And like, they knew how goals went in and shit.
apparently 50,000 people were watching on stream. Now, what I didn't know is Preston do their own stream of the game. That has like all the sponsors and stuff pop up on it. So apparently a cumulative 50,000 people watching the game, which is crazy. So the first half was a bit cagey. At half time, me and Jake said, we're just going to go move to behind the goals. We'll get a different viewpoint. Man, we didn't even need to ask people to talk to. Like, people were just coming up constantly wanting to say something. Some guy made a really funny point of, like, a lot of people aren't here for the football, they're here for the chicks.
Yeah. I was
I was actually going to ask what the ratio was.
Hey, man, there was a lot of girls.
Like, from when it went like under 18, it was pretty even.
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
kind
wow.
of like they all like felt like everyone goes to the same high school. And it's like an event
that's
to
awesome.
socialise.
That's awesome.
Which is kind of what Oakley was like back in the
Used
day.
to be like that, yeah.
Correct. But I do want to make a point to Shardy, the guy who was wearing the Leche top. So this man told us he's like an OG suited and booted fan. And my apologies, Shardy, but as you were saying something beautiful to me, there was about 4 guys behind Jerome on the camera pointing at me saying like they want to talk to me next. So I was looking at them, but you actually said in that moment, even my dad messaged me, he goes, make sure you shout this guy out. That was rude.
shout out.
But I didn't mean to, because he said that he
wasn't Jake's
started watching our pod and he'd like, I don't know, he's like 30 now and he doesn't play anymore. And we gave him back the fire to go back into football and watch the game.
Yeah, wow.
And he was half Italian, half Palestinian. He wasn't even Masso, and he's wearing like Preston colours. So, Shardy, apologies for that, but shout out to you, man.
Interesting point, Jake, you make on half Italian, half Palestinian. There's been a lot of, and we'll get back to the game, but I just, it's a nice segue now. There's been a lot of discourse on Twitter. First of all, here's what I want to say, man. Again, after this game, no matter how good it was, I saw this, this division online, and it's a minority of people. But there was some guy, I'm not going to say who it was, there was some guy saying, oh, yeah, but still, you have to be of that ethnicity to be accepted. I'll tell you straight out, and this is from a non-biased perspective because I am not like against the A-League. I'm not against the NPL. I just like football. I'm not Macedonian. Jake isn't. And I can guarantee you about 30 to 40% of the crowd might have not even been Macedonian.
I'm pretty sure I asked Dave about the numbers around this.
Yeah.
And he was like 60%
Could be.
a non, like something of that nature, a non-Macedonian, either in the club or that support the club.
Do we want to talk about what happened in our DMs when we talked about doing the culture corner?
Well, no, I think not really, bro. I think I sort of just want to focus on the fact that I can tell you from a non-biased perspective that I saw Africans there, I saw Arabs, I saw Aussies. Obviously, you're going to see Massos. There was Greeks there, obviously.
There was every culture. Every culture's at the game.
There was Asians. Like, I can tell you right now, I know we got special treatment, but if you were to just go as a fan, pay your ticket, go in there, you wouldn't even for a second feel like you don't belong or you're not allowed to be there.
Yeah.
Was this a dig at specifically Macedonian culture, meaning they're quite, let's say,
Patriotic.
patriotic and not inclusive?
No,
or was it in general,
In
the
general.
cultural clubs?
It just happened to be that was the biggest game and they're Macedonian.
But I'm saying the discourse on Twitter was that around the cultural clubs or was it around Preston Macedonia?
I think he meant in general.
Okay.
Right. But it just, like I said, it just so happened to be that the game he's focusing on is this one. But yeah, I can tell you straight out, there's no issues with that. Secondly, look, something might have happened, but from I did not see
One thing.
one thing go wrong.
Correct. Me either. In my eyes, nothing went wrong.
Nothing.
Nothing.
Before the game, after the game, there was. I didn't see any fights. The passion was there, which you want. The rivalry was there, which you want. But I didn't see anything that crossed the line at all. Now, a lot of people don't understand the lengths that these clubs go to ensure these fixtures go ahead smoothly. We were told of some people that were there watching over things that you might not even know that they're there, if you know what I mean.
And even midweek, Preston president, South president, despite all the rivalry,
saw that.
catching up very close to each other as well.
They are very
Which
close.
is important. And had a plan in place to make sure everyone could just enjoy the football and support their team.
I think as much as in the past there has been issues around cultural clashes with football, it also is one of the most powerful things to give that inclusivity and force two people to stand in a room together and get along.
Correct. Yeah.
Of different tribes, let's say.
Man, it was, and like usually if you go looking for problems anywhere, you might find them. Do you know what I mean? But you couldn't You couldn't fault the crowd. You couldn't fault the atmosphere. You couldn't fault the way the game was handled. It was perfect.
So yeah, just wanted to touch on that. That guys, if you are a bit hesitant, I had someone DM us and say, "Look, how was it? Massive fan of the pod. How was the game? Did you feel that other ethnicities could go? Did you feel that it was safe?" I said, "Brother, you have nothing to worry about."
Yeah, and I think, safe and a cultural thing, I think it's also two different things. Like any football match, any sporting event, any music event, any big event where a lot of people come
Something
together,
can
things are not, let's say, safe completely. Things
Well,
could
yeah,
possibly happen.
if you're in public and people are drinking,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
there's risk to
intense,
anything.
emotional.
Hey, walk down Chapel Street on a Friday night.
Yeah.
We'll show you who's fucking safe. That
Damn,
place is
bro.
a fucking shithole.
But even from my perspective, talking about what we talked about at the start, like growing up in Oakley,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, and I've got a lot of Macedonian friends and a lot of Croatian friends and stuff like that. Like, I have never felt not accepted by those cultures and not like, yeah, come, like, this is what we do, this is how we do it. Now, who knows? Maybe there's older generations that probably wouldn't want me to marry their daughter or something.
Yeah.
Potentially, that could happen.
Yeah, but
but
that's
I have
anyone.
never felt that. I have never ever felt that. I've always felt like super welcome, and I've got
but that's
nothing.
anyone.
No, seriously, think about it.
It is, bro. It's just,
There's African parents who want their kids to marry Africans. There's Asian parents who want
Yeah.
to. That's
It's actually
100%.
true.
That's just old people.
Across the older generations, people really care. Even across some younger generations.
But that's it.
Look, I think, let's be real. People are intimidated by patriotism. That's what it is. It's not, I don't think there's ever been a situation where, say, I don't know, a Vietnamese goes to a South Melbourne game and someone said, "Hey, what are you doing here? It's only Greeks, mate." That doesn't happen.
Like, why are we announcing that? Is that a thing? Like, people don't feel they can go to these games?
No, Jake, I'm saying I've got, like we said, we've got DMs and I see tweets where people, and even the Ultra A-League people that are happy that the quote-unquote ethnic clubs, were pushed to the side.
Yeah.
There are some people out there that genuinely think, maybe to not to that extent, but maybe they just feel like they're going to get looked at weird or...
Right, man.
It doesn't happen.
If anyone's on the fence about going to it, I'm telling you, you've got to go. If you love the game, bro, you'll love being there. Absolutely love it.
At the end of the day, we're all Aussie.
It was absolutely electric.
We're all Aussie, man. Like, whether you're born here or not, if you live here, we're all Aussie at the end of the day. Like, yeah, be proud of where you come from, all of that. It's great. That's literally what made the Preston game great, I believe, because of how proud they were about their culture. But, guys, if you are hesitant because of stereotypes or things you've heard in the past or things you see online,
Don't be.
and go experience it for yourself.
Yep.
Now, I'm not going to promise every single person is going to have the most incredible experience ever because I can't control 8,000 other humans. But I can almost guarantee you that you're going to have a great time and you'll be welcomed with open arms and you'll be treated the same as every fucking other person in that place.
And I think the point is that you're probably not at more risk than any other place in Australia.
It's the same shit.
But when you're walking around, going down the street, like you said, Chapel Street or anything like that, or an
Yeah,
A-League
they're
game
like-
or anything like that.
It was highly secure, the place.
Like I said, we were told of measures put in place, won't speak about too much, and certain people there, that would make sure nothing goes down.
It's easier to get to away fans in the A-League than it would have been to go near South Melbourne fans.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
There were measures in place. There were certain individuals that were hired that, obviously all legal. I'm not saying they hired a fucking gang, but like...
Yeah, that's what I wear my mind was
No.
going.
It was all like, all legal,
Yeah.
you
It
know.
was done in the interest of the safety of everyone.
That's
really
exactly
good.
right.
That's
That's exactly right.
Well, correct.
Correct. So we were told that. I'm like, damn, really?
Yeah.
That's how they got here, like watching over. So awesome job to keep it secure. And look, man, 9,036 people at an industrial arena, at an industrial area, I should say, in Reservoir. Could have been more people there. What else can you really want? Now, let's continue with this, but I'll get back to that point on why 9,000 felt so much better there than it does at Amy Park. Me and Jake move, the penalty happens, and red card to South Melbourne. And we were like, oh, this is going to turn the game upside down now. This is sort of what the game needed.
Who was the red card?
Keeper got
keeper.
sent off.
It was a very
Oh,
odd
which I
penalty.
believe- card as well for
the,
that.
Yeah.
I believe the keeper the number one keeper got injured the week before, so that was the second keeper. So then the third keeper came on for the penalty. I was told.
Wow.
Hence why the Panenka now feels like a great idea.
Yeah.
Because the third keeper's probably thinking like, fuck.
I've got to show.
I've never
have
played.
got to show
I've
what I
never
can do
played,
here.
and I've got fucking 9,000 people blowing down my neck. Yeah. So he's going to jump. Do you know what I mean?
Gian Albano, I believe, was a penalty taker, and it was a clean Panenka, bro.
Cojones, man.
And then what I love most was the run straight to the Preston fans, the flares, the limbs. The reaction was like
Players, man. Every single Preston player dived into the crowd.
they were crowd surfing. That happens, and then we go, wow, this game has just been brought to life proper now. So then me and Jake sort of said, all right, for the last 20 or so, we'll go around to the other side where the sort of the canteen was. We went there, Preston score again, the place erupts, and it was over. There was no way back for South. Red card, 2-0.
Can I just ask on the flares thing? What's they're just allowing that?
So, I saw a lot of flares, right?
So did I.
Before the game, at Mystique, I saw them during the game. One we all saw got thrown on the pitch. Guess what? Nothing happened, bro. Everything was fine.
It fucking made the atmosphere so good.
It made the atmosphere so... I remember this... I haven't smelt this smell in a while. When we were walking out of Mystique. No, we were sitting in Mystique. And someone goes, you smell the flares? And I'm like, I do. I fucking smell the flares.
Yeah.
You remember? Oh,
Shout out those guys as well. I don't know what their names were, but... Oh
my
my God. You got to tell him. Do you remember the guy's name? You know who you are, bro. The one in the bucket hat who came over, and he came over to us. He goes, you know who I am? And we're like, nah. So he goes, I'm the guy that wrote into Amateur Agents, and my sister matched with Jerome on Hinge.
Oh, thank God. I thought this was going to be the guy that wrote in and said my mom's been sleeping.
So did I, bro. That's what I thought was
And
coming.
I'm like, oh, bro, like, whoa, you know, and he's like, yeah, it's all like,
Bro, he said game's the game.
yeah, game's the game.
I go, man, game's the game, man.
That's funny. Man.
Shout out to Jackson as well. One of the Chelsea group chat members came up.
Yeah,
Wow.
he got a
Is
hug.
that still going?
Yeah, correct. I'm like, is this the thing? This guy hugged Jerome like he was a long lost brother.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Shout out,
You smell the flares, bro. You smell the flares, bro.
Yeah. So we
Smell
went
the
out.
flares.
I wish they were blue.
I do, yeah.
Honestly, man, like the beauty of the flares as well, and like greatest respect to the Preston fans for this. It was just like them that were letting them off. So
Yeah.
if you didn't like flares, 90% of the crowd, 95, couldn't really feel the effect other than see it from far away.
What I want to know is, what do you guys... Can you put your finger on... It sounds like the reception that we got there is like on another level than anywhere else.
Yes.
Any other club. And we've been to games. Do you think that is because it's been curated by Dave, by them organising, saying, like, sending messages out, these boys are coming, get around them? Or do you think it's just naturally the aura of that place?
Oh, it's naturally
And
the
that
aura,
club.
but I think also,
They just knew who we were.
yeah, they knew who we were.
I know, but I'm
with
saying
the-
we've been to other
With the
grounds,
most humble
right?
nature of saying that, they knew we were coming to shoot.
To be fair, we haven't filmed at
I'll
other
tell you
grounds.
why, Rush.
because
But
they're all tuned in to the show.
I'll tell you why. This is your answer. We make content that relates to them.
Yeah.
So our skits.
Yeah.
So our sense of humour. We got on here. We talk about NPL. We talk about State League. We talk shit. We
It was
talk
like
about.
we already knew each other.
Yeah.
But what
Yeah.
I'm saying is we've been to other clubs and haven't
Not-
got that.
not-
Not
not
as
on
a
that
group
level,
and
though.
not like
Like, it was like
filming.
Like we put out clips saying we're coming to shoot content. Do you know what I mean?
There was also 9,000 people there. So it adds to.
That's true, yeah.
Are you talking about A-League clubs, cuz? Like, are you talking
No,
about NPL?
NPL. Like, we've been to grounds. Maybe, and it was also a while ago.
A while ago.
Yeah,
Right,
that's
we've
a-
grown.
we went
Yeah.
to neutral ground
Yeah,
too sometimes. Like, wouldn't even go to like a home.
Yeah, we went
club.
home of the Matildas.
Yeah, true,
that was
true.
neutral.
Yeah, like it was neutral.
That was
And it
early on. So everyone that came up was either quoting a joke or just I felt like I knew them, but I didn't know them. And that's what it was.
Just having genuine convos with everyone.
Yeah, good convos.
Like really good people.
And no
in
one
that
told me
club.
their life story. Greatness.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the second goal goes in. Basically, the game's done. The Preston players went straight over to the fans at the end. They did this mad chant. I don't know.
Which you don't see that often, right?
Not an NPL.
like Borussia Dortmund and Milan.
yeah.
Grab the the
megaphone.
leaders, the megaphone and start chanting. That was what the players are doing in Preston. And like kids are on their shoulders, the fans, like club members are around them singing it as well. It was like all one.
Every age group, every walk of life was there celebrating. Before I forget, shout out Doreen United. There's your shout out.
Yeah.
I told you I wouldn't forget. But yeah, just even club officials, people that worked at the club, they had a club polo on. I didn't know exactly what they did, but they were all just so well spoken, and I had great convos with them. After the game, me and Jake hopped on the field. We spoke with Stefan Negro. I'm sorry, bro, the audio was cooked.
That was a good interview, wasn't it? He spoke like I was on Paramount.
Yeah.
Like post game. I'm like, bro, how's that? Like, He's like, he was literally comparing it to like, it was like the only bad thing about it was he gave a really good answer of like, he never thought he'd experience this atmosphere after leaving the A-League. So that was cool what he spoke about.
He played decently as well.
Yeah, he was a player's name we should have mentioned.
Jegs came up. So a few of the players, I've never met him, but Marcus Schrone seems like a sound chap.
Yeah.
He's a great lad.
Great lad.
Yeah,
Great
he's a
lad.
good boy, man.
He's a good man.
He's a good, well, that's exactly
He's a-
right.
He's a great man.
We saw Norm at the end, and then again, Jimmy at the end. He was doing leg spins.
Can I? Yeah. So when the final whistle went, me and Jerome, we'd moved closer to the fans because Jerome wanted to capture the shot of the fans, but our social media team wanted to capture
Yeah, I wasn't
shot of
filming.
the fans of like when they erupt when the whistle goes. And as the whistle blows, I see this guy, Ligger, come on. What's it? Jimmy?
Yeah, I will say Jimmy.
Jimmy comes on. And I'm thinking, and I see the way he's bounced around, hugging like the security guards and stuff, like bouncing off and like getting people in headlocks and shit. I'm like, this guy's a character, bro. And then out of nowhere, I see no one looking at him, and I just see him start like doing this. And I'm like, what's he doing? And then he just bowls a leg spinner in the middle of the pitch with a fake ball. This guy's like 50. So
At nobody.
At
and
nobody, just
nobody's
bowling.
like egging him on to do it either. So I'm like, this guy's unbelievable. So then we called him. We got it on camera. We asked him to do it again.
He wind it up, and then he hit that leg spin. He would have bowled out anyone.
What a silly question.
We got to take him to anywhere we go.
Bro. And then I said, yeah, you got a mistake at the end. He goes, what a silly question. And so me and Jake went into the function room, I guess, at the club, and we had a pretty decent chat with the South president as well. Also, while I was fed again, I was getting fed all night. So that was cool. Shout out to the guy from Geelong Soccer Club as well. I had a great chat with him. Bro, shout out to Mr. Delicious.
Yeah, shout out Aiden as well. He came
Shout out
Yeah.
Aiden. Mr. Delicious is a food reviewer from Sydney who flew down for the game.
Oh, wow.
Right? So there was a fair few Macedonians from Sydney that flew down for the game.
Yeah, he's a Rockdale fan, which must be another Masso club.
It
right?
is, yeah.
Yeah, so someone asked for a photo because he's somewhat well known in the Macedonian community. Someone asked us three for a photo, and the guy takes a selfie, and as he takes a selfie, he just goes, delicious.
Yeah. He's Mr. Delicious.
He just says it.
Yeah.
On recall.
He also said that the New South Wales NPL is better than the Vic one quality-wise. I don't know if I agree with that.
Football-wise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Isn't he a food reviewer?
I would love to see. I would love to see the best teams in the NPL of like whoever wins the competition.
Yeah.
They should all play each other.
What else, Jakey? I think
Well,
That's
I
a
reckon
great
I reckon we segue into Olin's TikTok because. Like
Yeah,
anyone,
well, I
and
mean,
no
everyone
disrespect
was
to Olin.
talking about
Olin saw a moment that everyone saw, but like, I don't want to. It's kind of like shitting on the A League a bit because it's like,
Look.
it's a unique situation. The Preston versus South game. Not every NPL game's like that, but he put up a clip of the game that night, which was Melbourne City and someone, and
That was
obviously
always-
it's a 25, 30,000 seat stadium, so 9,000 there looks like nothing.
Optics,
for example, and he just showed the Preston footage. And that blew up, bro, on
Look,
social media.
It's everyone knew that was going to happen. It's not something, that is the shocking news. I'd spoken to a few people before the game, and it was well known that it's like, dude, let's be real. MacArthur's playing Melbourne City. Preston are obviously going to triple at bare minimum their attendance. Like people knew it was coming. What shocked me was that it wasn't just that game, Jake. It was every game of the round.
So was it you telling me or someone told us that the attendance at Preston South was bigger than majority, if not all, A-League games.
All this weekend. I believe
Even Victory Central Coast, there's no way there was
got
less
8.5, I think.
No way.
Can we fact check that, Nor, please?
What is it?
The Melbourne Victory versus Central Coast Mariners attendance.
But it goes back to our whole discussion, which is it's not like it's a football match, but it's a cultural rivalry. And as much as we just discussed about cultures and stuff, like you just said, a person from Sydney flew down because he's Macedonian.
Yes.
To support the club. So, as an A-League club, you can't compete with that,
Look,
with the sheer amount of number of those types of
It's the
people in
biggest,
the country.
as Norm said, it was the biggest club outside of Macedonia. When he said that, I was like,
Yeah, when I was watching that, when I heard that, I was like, damn, that's actually insane.
Yes, it is.
Also, yes, 8,206 spectators, filling approximately 27% of the stadium's 30,000 capacity.
Now, the other games didn't get over 8, so... Okay, guys, I don't want to shit on the A-League, but we're just stating the facts here.
well, that was my only thing with like that type of content. It's like, well, that NPL game alone is alone. Do you know what I mean? So to compare it to,
Yeah, Jake, look.
it's like unfair.
Yeah,
It's an
like if
unfair
you combined
comparison.
every other NPL game that happened that week, are they touching?
They might not meet Victory's crowd.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
So,
Or a big victory game.
Yes.
Ran a big
Of
ran
big
like a
picture
derby
game
or
could
something.
be like, it could be
Yeah.
half a season
Yeah.
of most of these clubs' attendances combined.
someone on Twitter, again, just scrolling on Twitter, made a point that, like, this would be the 46th biggest attendance in the A-League season or something. I was like, look, okay, I get it.
Okay, now it's LeBron stats.
What does that even mean,
this
bro?
is like when LeBron scores his 30th time
No.
from
It's-
behind this.
it's not-
What is
boys,
this
it's
shit,
not,
bro?
It's not.
I get it. I get what the stat is.
When he's wearing two socks.
No, he's
The
not.
most points scored when they're wearing two socks.
and a shooting sleeve.
That's my favorite quote. That's my favorite scene.
It's not an accurate number. He just picked a random number.
Wait, what are you talking about?
It's not the 46th.
Oh, is he defending A-League here?
Yeah, he's just saying it would be like the fucking 50th. Like he's not.
Oh.
That's why I'm like, why he's laughing?
Oh, okay.
But yeah, it would be around that mark, 50th, 46th, whatever.
Right.
It'd be like 200.
Well, yeah, probably more.
Think of how many big games there have been, bro.
Well, he's saying ever.
No, in this season.
Oh, this season.
Yeah, this season.
Well, 46 is low, bro. It's
Look, all I'm going to say is
not top 10.
that this Preston versus South Melbourne clash, you won't see numbers in the NPL like that for a while. But Preston is still going to be bringing in 5, 6, 7,000 per game after that, because people went to that and they're like, wow, yes. On the return leg to South, hopefully Lakeside fills out and gets 9 to 10,000. It's this thing we've all been saying for years, bro. 9,000 at a place with one stand, all crammed in, feels like fucking 30,000 because everyone's compact, you're close, it's loud, and it just feels like a football game overseas. You know how many times there's been 9,000 at Amy Park and you can hear a pin drop? It's because you're playing in a 30... It's fucking common sense.
What, like, as in clearly they know this as well, right? The A-League knows this. Like, then, like they're smart people in these positions.
Yeah, but
right?
it's like, where do you
So,
play?
Clearly, it's the contracts that have been set up for time, right? That's restricting them from this.
You need grounds
Well,
that
they
can do
don't-
VAR.
and
none
then
of
the
them own-
development of other stadiums.
They don't own grounds.
Yeah.
You know?
They don't own ground. You need VAR. You should, bro. The shit I've been told about Asian Cup matches. You can't play Asian Cup matches anywhere. The amount of fucking criteria
Yeah.
that you need for an Asian Cup match or Asian Champions League, I should say, is insane.
Yeah.
It's insane, bro. There's most stadiums in Melbourne can't host an Asian
But do
Champions
you
League
think
game.
it should be like that or shouldn't be like that?
Shouldn't. What the fuck? Fuck all
You
that
don't think
shit.
it should be like that?
Well, I know how they are. Asian Cup, Asian Champions League with their sponsors and shit. They need everything to be pristine. They're very strict. They're very anal pause. That's how they are. But in saying that, like, as amazing as 9,000 was for a second tier game, yeah, no shit. Like, the A-League gets that all the time. But you got to remember who's at these A-League games compared to people that are at the Preston game. Like Rash said, they feel a deeper connection. There's that cultural rivalry. Like I said, they're not going to get 9 every game, obviously. You're not going to get 9 when it's Preston versus Port Melbourne. But fuck all that shit for a sec. Let's just celebrate the game for what it was, and it actually shows what can be achieved if people unite, if people support local football, and if people actually go to these games and get behind their local teams. It shows what can be achieved. For all the people out there saying, oh, yeah, it's a one-off. Yeah, okay, it is. But it's a start, man.
You know what I'd love to know? Two things. I would love to know, one, the stat, if we could get it from Dave, would be very interesting. What percentage of their juniors come to watch the seniors
it was
play?
a big,
All
I'd
of
love
them.
to know. Yeah, it was huge.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he told us that before. Not
told us.
the exact stat, but it was a huge emphasis on the volume of like girls and boys that come with their families.
That's cool.
Because that's big numbers already. If every club can get that to happen,
They drive that.
And then the second question is, what do you think in terms of like Australian Cup? Sorry, not Australian Cup. What's it called?
Championship.
Yeah, the Australian Championship. What do you think the numbers are going to do in that? Do you think they'll be near that for each game?
No.
No.
But they'll be decent. It's hard to say. Again, it's very hard to say, but
It's almost, yeah.
It feels
you
like
need to
this is
see.
a unicorn of a game. It feels like. It doesn't feel like there's almost any other fixture that will do
I
that.
think the thing is that Preston seems to have brought it back first.
yes.
Whereas that was more consistent across your Souths, your Brunswick Juventus, your Marconis, your Adelaide Cities in the old NSL, Perth Glories, etc. Whereas Preston seemed to have brought it back. Like they went through some hardship that lower down.
Bro, they're in
leagues.
state too.
And like the president came in and like he's talking about Mystique as an example of where that was at. Like the stuff that was going on there was like, criminal. And then he's come in and like they've changed the whole landscape of the club. So management definitely comes into it.
They've been bubbling for a while, though. This hasn't come out
Preston?
of nowhere. Yeah.
I know they have. Yeah,
You
I know they
like,
have.
a lot of people just think it came out of nowhere for this game, but like, no, they've been bubbling.
Yeah.
Everyone's been talking about Preston like, oh, when they get to the NPL, watch out. And look what's happened. Now, again, agree, you could look at it like a unicorn game, or you could look at it like a turning point that you have to build on.
Oh, don't get me wrong. Like, there's definitely a blueprint there that Dave's obviously implemented that every club should do.
Yeah, bro.
And
What?
could do if they made the right choices and put in the right amount of effort. But I'm just saying, right at this second,
It
it's
is.
probably a unicorn. I
It
would
is.
say.
I don't
Like,
think
it's not going to happen next week for Rocktail versus
no,
some other Greek club in Sydney.
it won't. But at the same time, I think the people that experience that game are going to be like, I'm going back.
Yeah.
Bro, I don't know if they're listening, but my next door neighbours, the son plays football. I believe the dad's Macedonian, and he was begging.
Is this another shout out where they're probably not listening?
No,
To my neighbours that might be watching.
No, they'll.
Do we call it the renaissance of
that's
local football?
Well, that's what
huh?
people are saying, bro. The revolution.
Yeah.
The renaissance.
It's a very compelling case to like either bring the stadium smaller in the A-League or start letting these guys go. Do you know what I mean? Like just if you want full atmosphere and a machine to run at its fullest with all the parameters of things that could happen.
I think with the attendance thing, it was amazing that they got a better attendance in all the A-League fixtures that week. It's not going to happen every week. It might not even happen again this season. But you have to applaud the effort. And I don't know if it does any favours to football if you would come out and just shit all over the A-League, because the pro A-League people are going to turn around and say, hold on, but you're not going to get that again this season. So what does it really matter? So I don't think there should be sides on it. I think it should just be celebrate the game for what it was. Hopefully it can be a building block for what's to come in the future. But I don't think it does football in this country any favours if you just say, oh, no, fuck the A-League now. Went to one game.
It's kind of like, I mean, you've mentioned it before, so it's somewhat like an elephant in the room, but it isn't as well because it is spoken about. But this, like, passive-aggressive or overtly aggressive nature between A-League and local football And where you say, like, I can't be an NPL fan and an A-League fan, I can't be an A-League fan and an NPL fan, meaning people say you can't.
Oh, yeah.
But
Not
I
that you can't.
don't feel there's any passive aggressiveness from the A-League to State League.
Ooh, I don't know, man.
Where? Give me an example.
Us again.
Like, but with like I'm talking like when I say that, I'm thinking of like the
Majority.
players
Oh.
and staff members.
Yeah,
of
players, for sure, bro.
They have
I would say so.
a distaste towards State League.
They would discredit the quality of it.
NPL, yeah.
Yeah, I think they would. Players. I don't want to speak generalized,
Yeah.
but I think they're.
Well,
I would assume.
yeah, but like
that there
quality's
is
like
quite a bit of that.
it's a hard thing to talk about because it's like it's a semi-professional standard.
Yeah.
Still.
I don't think it's not. I don't think it's inaccurate. I think
Right.
the quality is higher in the A League than NPL.
Of course it is.
Like-
Everyone knows
I think that
The
personally.
game I watched West United play on Saturday, with the greatest respect to Preston versus South, was
Yeah.
Western,
So I-
Western would
different,
wipe
yeah.
every team in the
Yeah,
NPL
but all
by
I'm saying
far.
is I think
Yeah, of
there's
course.
it's like a rivalry. It's like NPL players say that A League shit, A League say the NPL shit.
Well,
administrators
I think
say the same
I think
thing.
The thing for
Fans
me
say the
with the
same thing.
NPL is that it's a very difficult league to play in because it's very physical, it's very fit, it's fast. Decisions don't always go your way. Like your preparation's not perfect going into every game. But like there is a X's and O's. Like players can definitely play, but like I feel like the coaching of some of these teams, and not all, because like Avondale, for instance, have played good football. Back when I played in the NPL, Bentley Greens under Anastasiadis played incredible football. But there was like one or two teams only that would really, really try and play properly. Otherwise, the rest, it was very much see ball, kick ball, chase ball, push, attack quick.
I like that. That's
See ball, kick ball, chase ball.
It is. Like,
That-
and
Where
that's-
did you get that
Yeah.
saying from? I've never heard that.
Well, like,
that
you know, like
terminology
you
before.
see...
he's a good pundit.
Yeah, you see players' decisions making is
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
it's distance sometimes.
Look,
do you know what I mean?
What do you mean?
It's a bit-
Distance?
Like
how
you know in
far can I
AFL when
kick
they grab the
this?
Yeah, I
ball
was
and they
gonna-
don't look and they just kick it forward.
I was gonna say that sounds like footy. Like it's no tactic, just get it out.
But it's not necessarily like you can say it's an individual choice, but it's also like part of the
Systemic.
game.
Yeah.
Like when I was there, I started doing that because it would then the ball goes forward and that guy
But-
would get strangled into a free kick.
Yeah,
It's like
but
you're
bro,
up the
I
ground.
think it's like you said, it's a different game. Like I've played in both those leagues.
So, but why
and
would
if you
the
go
A-League
into
have-
the NPL and try to be a ball player,
you can't.
it's very, very difficult. The grounds are not the same. Like,
Yeah.
you know, the ground's not wet. Like, I mean, some grounds are obviously okay, but you know what I mean? It's not of the quality of A-League.
I'm going to say this.
It's different football.
I don't think people went, and again, this is not to discredit the players because they're good players, man. Like they play NPL, they're good players.
Well, 4 of them were 3 or 4.
Yeah.
4 in Preston were ex-A-League.
There you go. Oh wow. So,
There's- sorry, you go.
well, all I was going to say is I don't think people are going. The main priority of people going to these games is not the quality of football, and
community.
that's worldwide.
But that wasn't my question. My question was just around like
No, I'm not
it wasn't even
disagreeing.
a question. It
I'm
was
not-
just like a point of why is there so much hatred between?
Oh, no, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Yeah, I'm find that fascinating.
I'm not.
'cause I didn't know that.
I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just making a separate point of people aren't going for the quality of football per se. They're going because there's atmosphere, there's cultural, there's history, there's a rivalry. There's that sort of grassroots feeling. That's why people are going, and it's the same worldwide. Like, do you think people are going to support teams in National League in England because of the football champagne? No, they're not, because it's not.
It's patriotism. They're
That's
proud.
all it
They're
is.
proud that it's their club. They
That's
go
all it
support
is,
No matter what.
and it's theirs. And no matter how, if you think it's amazing or not, that's why you see like Sunderland, even though they were dropping down to League One and stuff, they were still getting 30,000 a game because, all right, it's shit football, but it's ours. So I think that's why people are going. But I do agree though, there's always going to be a division. But I see online a lot of these NPL diehards. All they say is just open up the fucking pyramid. Just give us a chance. That's all they say.
Right, yeah.
They say just give us a
fair
chance.
point. That's a fair
Like
point.
fuck the history. Just give us a chance now to prove that we belong.
Well, yeah, and I think it's very fair from the NPL level to say that they have had no power
Yeah.
since the A-League came in.
Yeah. I'm trying to think look, guys, I might have contradicted myself in all of that, but they were just thoughts coming off the dome. I just think, to wrap it up, incredible game. I do think we can see a game like that again if the NPL moves in the right direction and if people get behind the games and start going more frequently, then we can get to that again. It might not happen in a while, but I definitely think the reverse fixture is going to have the same. I think so. I'll be there. Shit.
I'd love to get Dave on here, man, see what his blueprint was to building up Preston over the last few years. I mean, that's incredible, man.
From State 2 to where they are now,
it's incredible.
It's an incredible rise. So thank you to everyone at Preston for the hospitality. Thank you to all the people that came up and showed love.
Yeah, that was like, I was blown away, man. I wish you could have experienced. I mean, you've been to places, but it felt like on a new level.
Yep. And also well done to South as well. Their fans, decent turnout. The rivalry doesn't happen without them, so shout out to South and all involved as well. Yeah, it was awesome, man. Get down to a game. There's a few tasty fixtures coming up as well. Preston have Avondale next, who seem invincible.
Yeah, like that's one of the teams that I've been told, and again, we haven't seen them, but have been told play great football, and they're on top of the ladder.
And then there's, believe it's Preston Oakley in 2 weeks or something, which that's another tasty
Former
one.
champions.
Yeah. So, look, just get down, man. Even if I have to fucking pick you up, I'm not picking you up.
But do you know what? The one thing that I instantly missed was like smelling the kevapi from like 300 meters away, and then when you're in the ground, you can just constantly smell food and smoke, and it has that vibe, man.
Guys, I don't even know if there was much else I wanted to talk about. I mean, just quickly before we get into amateur agents, because I got to fucking go. There is a new league being proposed, the Oceania League, which we spoke about. We spoke about with Vince.
What?
Now, I believe from what I've seen and what I've been told, it's basically a smaller length competition with a few teams from countries in Oceania. So I believe there's 4 from Australia that want to push for it. South Melbourne is one of them.
Marconi's definitely another.
Marconi would probably be another. I think there's 1 from Fiji, 2 from New Zealand, 1 from Tahiti, 1 from Vanuatu, probably 1 from the Solomon Islands. I don't know, fact check it. But they're trying to set up this Oceania League. Now, I can't remember what Mr. Marcusa said, but I think it was going to happen in around January or something.
Yeah,
he was saying.
It's like pre-season time.
Yeah. I don't know much else about what's look. It could be cool.
Well, I'm pretty sure there's a loophole there, right, to go to the
Club World Cup,
which
you can get like $3 million for.
So, for instance, providing South wins the opportunity to go in the league, if they won it, they could go back there. Now, where they are, they have no way of getting back there.
How many tournaments are there going to be?
Yeah, it's fucking ridiculous, bro.
Because obviously we have this global conversation around like footballers play too much football now. No, it sounds ironic, but it's like, for example, this is why Chelsea needs a 40-man squad or whatever. Yeah. Because it's like there's so many competitions, but there's enough demand there for it.
It's the demand that is there.
Here it's like
it's no demand.
Once you got A-League, Australia Cup, this thing, that thing, Oceania Cup. Well, it's like what's it called, Asian Champions League. It's like
we haven't got one of those things right so far.
That's what I'm saying.
And we keep adding a new one.
And there's not enough attendance at any of them, and whatever.
Hell, bro.
It's like that just seems like you're kind of disservicing football by overdoing football.
Well, I'm assuming someone's making money somewhere.
Has to be.
Like whoever's this Oceania guy that's making this new league, he's probably making some money.
Let me read it out.
But no one else.
He's got his own island.
The OFC has received an impressive 24 expressions of interest from the highly anticipated OFC Professional League due to kick off Jan 2026. With the deadline for submissions closing on Friday the 28th of Feb, clubs from across the Pacific have signalled their intent to be a part of the game-changing competition. The 24 teams, 6 from New Zealand, 4 from Fiji, 4 from Papua New Guinea, 4 from Australia, 2 from New Caledonia, 1 from Samoa, Solomon Islands, Tahiti and Vanuatu. The race is now on for clubs to secure a spot in the 8-team competition, with the application process continuing through the end of June. This is what the OFC Professional League manager said. Over the last...
Fahid Ben Khalfa is calling me. Let's get him on. Hey, Fahid, you're on the pod, man. Hello. You're on now.
I'm on.
You're on the pod, bro. You're on the microphone.
You're live.
Say hello to the boys. We're live.
Oh, fucking hell.
Hello, Fahid.
Do you want someone to say something to the people, or?
Nah, because I spoke with Carl, so I can't say anything.
Oh, man. We'll speak to you after.
That's fine.
See you, bro.
See ya.
See ya.
Yeah, he basically just said it's very exciting and so many clubs share the vision, you know, all that bullshit.
Also,
So that's what's happening.
where are the rules when it comes to this stuff? Because, I mean, obviously, when it comes club, international, whatever, it's all different. But it's like, if Australia has decided to not play in Oceania anymore, why is club football going to be played
I
there?
don't know, bro.
It's just too many bends.
What you know what I like about it? Last point on this. I like that the smaller countries
Yes.
have something bigger
Yes.
to look forward to.
That's right.
It's good for them.
That's exactly right.
That's exactly right.
Well, yeah, but also, like, if you're an NPL club, it's just a compelling argument to be involved in the Oz Championship, to be in, like, it legitimizes your operation a little bit more if you've got another international somewhat competition.
I hear it.
That's
And if you
why.
go Club
I hear
World
it.
Cup.
I guess selfishly, it just annoys me when I don't understand things. And I really don't understand, like I even just misspoke before I called the Australian Championship the Australian Cup.
Bro, think
I don't
about
even know
this
what's going
though.
on.
And you've won it.
If there's 8 teams, Rash,
He's forgotten that he's won it as well.
Doesn't even know where his medal is, bro. I bet ya.
if there's 8 teams, South Melbourne could wipe the floor with those teams from Papua New Guinea.
Yeah.
So but if going off what we were told, if they get a Club World Cup spot or at least a chance to enter the Club World Cup, I don't know if it's automatic qualification, they'd probably take it because you're going to get a few $1 million.
More than a few, I reckon. It was a few million 25 years ago.
Yeah. Yeah.
To just attend. So it changes the landscape of your operation.
This
Hence
is
why.
Is this the
basic-
same Club World Cup we're thinking of, like Real Madrid?
Yes, bro.
Yes.
Fluminense,
If I
Chelsea.
say Real Madrid versus
Well,
Preston Lions.
That's what happened. Man, you played South Melbourne in
Bro,
2000.
that's
bro.
what South
Could you
used to Brazil.
imagine, bro? Imagine just Ronaldo's taking a free kick at Preston Macedonia, man.
Bro, we were told that South played in front of 100,000 at Vasco da Gama and the
Yeah.
fans were pissing on the
Yeah.
South Melbourne fans.
Yeah, you did say that.
Like,
Yeah, that's a truth.
Pissing on them.
They pissed in a cup.
Pissed in a cup and
would
threw it.
throw it. And throw it.
That's insane.
Yeah, it was disgusting.
That's
That's true story.
I don't think many people know South have played like the biggest teams in the world
Yep.
back in the day, like 2000s, 90s, whatever. But this is basically just an Oceania Champions League. That's what it is.
Yep.
But what I want to see is, I love niche little weird football stories. So if you have one team from Tahiti or whatever, hopefully everyone on that island follows them and they can get 5, 6, 7,000 a game in Tahiti. That's sick. Imagine going to fucking paradise.
Can we vlog one of these games?
That's why I was saying we should go out to like
PNG.
Solomon Island.
Yeah.
I'm not going to PNG.
No.
Straight out, it's one of the most dangerous places on the
Fiji?
We'll go Fiji.
Really?
We'll go
Is that from
Fiji.
Spanian?
No, it's just a known thing. Port Moresby's.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
All right,
Unbelievable.
we'll go Fiji then.
Bro, imagine these countries probably have, I don't know, tens of thousands of population. If a small percentage go to a football game there, that'd be sick. That'd be fucking sick. But
Tuvalu's literally the least visited place in the world, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, it is. It is. I don't even know. I don't
Because
know.
of that.
Fun fact about Tuvalu, they make most of this is how small it is, yeah? The majority of their economy is off, like an Australian website's .com.au. Their thing is .tv. And so all the broadcasting
buy it.
corporations buy .tv. They make 50 million a year for the economy.
Yeah.
And like that's their biggest thing. That's how tiny it is of a country.
Yeah, Nassau Nassau's the fattest country on earth.
Yes.
And they're also
this is also
and they also are like the biggest cigarette smokers, but that's probably because there's like 30 of them.
I wonder how their starting 11 is.
Starting
yeah.
starting
Just
5.
any 11.
Did Tahiti get a starting 11?
Tahiti get a spot.
Do they get a start?
like it.
What the f? They have
Papua
11 footballers?
New Caledonia gets 2, bro.
That's because they're
New
French.
Caledonia.
2 spots.
Yep. Samoa gets 1.
That'll be a loophole to get like some baller into their team.
Yeah.
Speak
100%.
French. Yeah.
Oh, Florent Maluda. You want to come back?
Wait,
and
isn't that, bro? I'm
Captain's
pretty
48.
sure.
Brian
What's his name? No, the one was at Victory.
Jonathan Brew.
Jonathan Brew.
He's Mauritian.
Mauritius.
I'm pretty sure he's the head coach of the national team now.
What?
Can we check that? Someone said that to me the other day.
What? Of the Mauritian team?
Someone said that to me the other day.
I'll look it up. Jonathan Brew. Yeah, he's a current manager of Red Star 2 in Paris.
Oh.
So Red Star are a team in League 2 in France.
Bro,
And
that's decent,
That's
man.
not bad.
No. He's the coach of their second team.
Oh, still.
That's something.
Like,
Oh, so he's not the
Why are you
Mauritian
trying to
national
bait
team
me
coach.
into it?
Where did the Chinese whisper?
He was giving me this face. I was saying, no, they're in.
yeah, it's their twos, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Got to start somewhere.
I really have to go soon, but because I love you guys,
Well, it's time for...
amateur agents.
Rakia beforehand.
just so you know how many we have. I mean,
He's violating the amateur part.
like,
I'm sorry, the anonymous part here.
no. It doesn't say who sent them. That's the whole point. They're anonymous.
Oh.
You think I see who sends them and don't say the name?
I thought...
No, bro.
I swear sometimes I thought... I
No,
thought that's-
it's all anonymous. I don't know who's sending it. Let's go through. I need to know your best football trash talk. I'm expecting to hear big things from Jarogba. Also, can those who follow Bootin' About get exclusive weeks only for amateur agents? Love the pod. That's brilliant.
What is it?
What?
Sorry, say it again.
He wants... He
If
goes,
you read
I
fast,
was
I don't
thinking of my
understand.
trash
He's
talk.
basically asked for Patreon.
Also, those who follow Bootin' About, can we get exclusive weeks for amateur agents where it's just people that follow Bootin' About?
Yes.
That's a
That's a
good
great one, bro.
Well done, bro.
Wow.
Best football trash talk, put it this way. What I do is not trash talk. What I do is end friendships.
Yeah.
Now, if you go to five-a-side, people that know me, I am the guy that crosses the line and I am the guy that gets personal. So there's been countless times where someone said, Jerome, you're a shit cunt. You missed one-on-one. I'll be like, yeah? I fucked your sister, now what? Now, I haven't said that verbatim, but I've said things along the lines of...
You know,
Along the line.
You know how
those
loose
lines.
cannon this guy is? I remember, this is probably early on when we started playing fives regularly, all of us. His own brother said something.
Oh, this was bad.
And he looks at his brother and unleashes an absolute
Yeah, that was bad.
bomb, and everyone just goes, yeah, play on.
Yeah, it was bad what I said to my brother. It was bad.
I don't even want to
We
repeat it.
can't hear it.
Well,
Up to you.
it wasn't that bad.
No, it's just contextually is bad. It's like, damn, you did this to your own brother?
Yeah.
Damn.
Like people wanted to laugh, but they're like, I actually shouldn't even laugh.
Yeah.
So that's me. So my rule is I won't say anything to you, but if you say something small, then I will unleash personal hell. Unfortunately, sorry.
Do you want me to...
Just ask them when they started playing.
Ask me.
Trash
No,
talk.
he's saying trash talk.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's a simple, good one. Yeah.
So like the ones where they've got to think.
No, but you were the god of that, weren't you?
Nasty wit.
You were a nasty.
But
wit.
attackability.
Yeah.
Like
Okay.
technique. Yeah.
Well, all right. This is one of the best ones I ever heard. Johnny Bulgara, shout out, man. One of the funniest guys to ever walk NPL.
Oh, yeah, I know which one this is.
Changing rooms. Someone said to him something like, and they played left back, and they said something like, all right, Johnny, you sit on the bench every week, mate. And he goes, well, if I played left back like you, if I played a nothing position like you, Sam, I'd play every week too.
Yeah. Bro, I remember I was playing Metro, an 18-year-old came up to me and he said something along the lines of, oh, you fucking old cunt or something. And I'm like, bro, we're beating yous and you're 18. I'm like, look at me. I'm fat as fuck. I have a hunch neck and we're beating you. Like we're running rings around you. You're 18, bro. Like if you get me, I might even say something tonight. Fuck it.
Do you guys want me to set him off so I can record it and just put it for Bootin' About?
Yeah.
Nah, but see, I've never seen Nor can never push me to those limits.
Really?
Nah, because he doesn't say anything. I've told the story of how someone that we play fives
Yeah.
with hasn't spoken to me in a year because of what I said at five.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I don't think you can say that one.
I'm not going to say that one, but anyway, he'll be right. Advice for someone playing all-age grassroots for the first time tomorrow. Again, guys, you're going to have to explain these New South
What
Wales
is
terms.
all age?
All age.
So a 5 and 45-year-old can be on the same team.
5 and 45.
That's what it said.
Yeah, what is all age grass?
All age.
Sorry.
You know what all age is? It's probably 16 and above. Have fun, bro. If you're playing grassroots, have fun. Do celebrations. Get on the piss. Have a ciggy at halftime. Just have fun, bro. Will one of yous boys marry me? Depends on who's
Is that
asking.
you or them?
Them. Yeah, it depends on who's asking. Could be a mad little. Anyway,
Yeah, I don't know what to say.
my 11-year-old recently joined with a junior academy and participated in a 4-week tournament. His academy didn't perform well. I'm told this isn't new. How important is it to have your child with one of the academies that are constantly winning, like SDC or F90? Rash, this is a question for you.
Yeah.
Who's SDC and F90?
I don't know. It must be against.
I would
Sydney,
say winning's definitely a part of development.
but losing teaches you
Yeah,
some good things.
but
as
like
well.
if you've lost, then
and it
Start
depends where
winning.
your kid's at,
Yeah.
man. Like, if your kid's not that good, sorry,
Yeah, you gotta
but
be
they're
honest.
not at the level of the team, and then that just means their team's winning every week, but your kid's not playing.
Yeah.
Well, that's
It-
very contextual.
it's probably more around like if you know your kids at a standard to play with better players, then put them where the best players are. I would say, right?
Top 5 Vic NPL atmospheres. Again, hard for us to say because we're not there every week, but Preston is obviously number 1. Number 2,
Dandy would be up there.
Thunder or City?
Thunder.
Thunder, yeah, Thunder's pretty decent. Fuck, it's hard to say.
best NPL atmosphere.
Yeah. Oh. Best atmospheres.
Well, it's got to be Preston.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Preston
I mean-
number 1, but they said 5.
Oh,
It's hard to say. I think Heidelberg does all right, don't they?
Heidelberg's, yeah, it's like a, I don't know how to explain. It's a older crowd.
Older crowd.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of rich history there.
probably can't. I don't think we're
Yeah, I don't
knowledgeable
think,
enough.
Yeah,
to-
Gav.
Yeah, I don't know. There'd be people watching this that would know how to answer that better than us.
Yeah, and I know you guys think we should know the answer, but we don't, and fuck you.
Gav will answer it next week.
Yeah.
How's that?
Yeah, Gav would know it off the top of his head.
Is the Prem overhyped? Do the other European leagues not get the credit they deserve? I don't think it's overhyped. I just think this season is fucking abysmal. The fact that we're 4th should say how bad this season is.
No, bro. The quality of football in the Prem's as high as it's ever been.
Nope,
Yeah.
I disagree.
Oh my god.
Ooh,
Oh my god.
Bro,
What do you mean by high? Has it
Hold
ever
on.
been like ever, or like as in this year is the peak?
No,
it's
like
ever?
as in the most depth of teams are performing at a high level.
I think you're right.
or are the big dogs shit?
Yes, more big dogs are shit, but the middle stack is very good.
Yes. Okay. So
I think there's only 2 or 3 teams.
Like the only big dog teams that are average is Arsenal. You guys don't have a right to be shit. You guys
City is
actually
shit.
for
United
for
is shit.
City is shit. For City standard, they're poor, but
Spurs
they're still
is shit.
Oh, Spurs play pretty progressive way of football.
No, but I mean, like, I get what you're saying, but I mean,
Tottenham's
results-wise.
not moved from where they ever were. Respectfully,
bro, this season,
Newcastle's gotten better.
there's no title challenge. It's shit.
Liverpool's the best team in the world.
Yeah.
Arsenal are playing without a striker. Man U's all off the. But I reckon like Brighton, Bournemouth, Fulham, Wolves,
Forest.
Forest.
No. Wolves is shit.
No, sorry, Wolves are shit.
Yeah.
Brentford.
Yeah.
Very difficult, man.
Look,
Brighton's incredible.
I agree with what Jake's saying in that the lesser teams are playing well, but I think the big dogs have been so dog shit this year that it's not an exciting year for the Prem.
Yeah.
Like, the only exciting thing would be like Nottingham are probably going to play champs. And that's it. Like, Arsenal aren't catching Liverpool. Man City are done for. United are going to get relegated.
This guy's crazy.
There's nothing like there's no like crazy storylines. Like, it's just like whatever. Liverpool are just going to walk away with the league, and the teams that everyone thought were going to go down are going to go down. Like, but
Ipswich.
in saying that, the Prem will always be the best league in the world, man. There's no.
Where would you put like? So this person's referencing that potentially like Spain, Italy,
Yeah.
and stuff are flying under the radar.
I just don't think the league can have that much money and
Just
not
don't
be
have
the
the
best in the
swag.
world.
I think it's
there's
also
just-
when you look at it. I think the best way to go. Okay, how good is this? Is between position 1 and position 20, how different are the points? If it's not that
Yeah, that's
crazy,
good- yeah, that's a
that
good
tells you the quality is insane. And that's where, up until this year,
I disagree with that.
you don't think that means it's a really tight league if it between 1 and 20, the point, like,
I think it's
Like, look
that
at La Liga.
Legit, like
that is
literally
legitimate-
means
yes,
it's
yes.
quite even.
That means
but you're
No,
you're
there's
not
a difference between even and good.
Yeah, that's
Because they could
that's
just
your
be,
point.
the top teams could just be dropping points like dickheads, but they could be at the top. Like the A League, for example, there's never that much disparity.
Well,
but it's also less games and all, like what we're saying is like there's no doubt that England is. No one can question top 3
Yeah,
leagues.
it's
right?
the number one.
Like, as in, it's not even a question that's top 3. It's not even a question that's top 1. You're right.
Yeah, it's the one.
But it's like when you look at then the points amongst that, you're like, okay, that's a competitive season. You look at Spain right now. The top 3 teams, I think there's 1 point in it, 2 points, something like that.
I still like probably watching football the most with Spain, La Liga.
Fair.
Still to this day.
It doesn't do it for me.
It's just it's so much more techie.
But Jake,
And there is like that fight in it.
I
It's
would
marketed way better.
I'd
English
rather
Premier League
watch-
as well.
Yes, it's because it's in English.
Yeah,
That's actually what it is. It's
Prem,
because it's
Prem
in
can be
English.
helter skelter, man. Like I could
Fair.
get after 30 minutes, like it's like a sprint.
I'm going to be real. I'd rather watch Tottenham versus Everton than I would a Madrid derby. I'm being serious.
Nah, that is wild.
No, I'm being
That
serious.
is that's actually a horrible take.
I'm being serious.
That's a horrible take.
No. Live. It's a different story.
Atletico and Madrid are first and second.
I
as
don't
well.
care. I don't care. It just doesn't do it for me on TV. La Liga. It's just
Nah, it's
but
beautiful
why?
football.
Can you give us the logic behind why you would prefer that game?
But what Jake said, it's more helter skelter, bro.
Yeah, baby.
It's more helter skelter.
He'd rather watch
Chaos.
Calvert-Lewin than Mbappe.
No, I didn't. That's
Griezmann.
no. I'd rather just watch 80,000 Spurs fans lose their mind.
Yeah, okay, as an event.
Like,
So you're pretty much saying the Prem still got it, man.
bro, of course.
I thought you were just saying you just shat on it.
No, I'm saying this season's been shit.
Well, yeah, because it's like the results decided earlier.
Yeah, this season there's been no real storyline.
I feel like there's a heavy bias to Chelsea being shite as well.
Yeah, but Jake, I know that, but like, bro, City, when the fuck have they been this shit?
Yeah, but like, fuck, man.
You guys-
They've been 7 years.
You guys would get beat by Port Melbourne straight out.
without Bruno. Without Bruno.
Yeah, like seriously, like you look at Arsenal, they're just never good enough.
Hey, do you know what Bruno Fernandes did on the weekend, which was an interesting move? He scored a free kick against Arsenal. Beautiful free kick.
Unreal.
But he moved the ball back because the ball was like 10. He moved the ball back.
I
The
like
ball
that.
can't come forward.
Yeah, I like that.
It's a little hack for anyone taking a free kick close to the box.
Guarantee
and it like balls creep up for fun in state leagues. Like if you're practicing standing on the ball, but
Yeah.
it was a little genius move, and it bang.
But surely he's not the first. Surely,
Well, I'm not saying he
that.
is, but like
Paid attention to
it
it
was
for the
like
first
time.
it was the
Also-
difference between getting the ball over.
Also, that's not allowed, right?
You can move the ball
don't know. I
back,
don't know that
like
that's
behind the kick. Yeah, you can. Well, yeah.
What?
I don't know.
You're
In this
disadvantaging
instance-
yourself technically.
you're not-
I don't know if
No,
like you openly said to the ref, I'm moving it back 5. He would probably say no, but like he didn't do that. He just.
But I'm wondering, like, if VAR look at that, did they not then go, he's moved the
well,
ball?
because he's gone backwards.
Do you know what pisses me off? This new couple years it's been happening where they take pens and corners and they put the ball on the last blade of grass with the paint on it.
I did that on corners. Been doing that for years.
Corners, the ball doesn't even look like it's in that little quarter circle
Yeah.
anymore. It's
I feel like they used to really put that shit on the line.
From the penalty spot, I don't know, but from the corner, the reason for that is it can slightly change the angle of how the ball can be hit. That's why.
I thought it was just close.
Because like if you put it in the D area,
Hard to hit.
The
well,
corner
it's
flag
like
is
it's
there.
back and the angle's a little bit straighter. Whereas if you put it out, it just slightly opens it up a bit.
I've seen them do it on pens. I've seen them not put the ball right on the
Yes.
dot.
Yeah.
Am I the only person that thinks every single time someone's taking a corner, they're going to hit the corner flag?
But that's what I'm saying. I think they move it up because the corner
every
flag
time I
is
think
frustrating.
they're too close.
Well, that's
They're too close, they're gonna hit
that's
it.
the other reason as well.
yeah.
I reckon in 20 years the corner flags need to be holographic.
Or just a laser beam upwards.
Yeah, like a laser beam,
Yeah.
so you can just run through it.
Yeah, that'd
You know
be
what
cool.
I mean? Imagine the different ways you could hit like a out swinger like on the outside of your boot. Like
He's
for a
just run
corner.
through the corner flag.
Yalla. Are Rash and Jake playing for a club this year? If so, who?
Trying, maybe.
Maybe.
If so, we'll announce.
A comment on Sanfrecce Champions League 2 forfeit, please. Oh, yeah, you see that?
They forfeited again?
Yeah, they forfeited. I believe it was against Sydney, so then Sydney are playing a team from Singapore or some shit.
Why did they forfeit?
I don't know. I don't have any thoughts on it, man. Good luck or unlucky.
That's wild, man.
Okay. Okay. Final part. Anyway.
Goodness.
Anyway, apparently the mother in question has been getting him free one-on-one with the coach he is also banging. Kit man on hush money. Any advice? Might get in trouble for leaking. You know what? How's this sound?
Someone's getting paid off to keep their mouth shut.
Jake, you know what we're doing?
But it's not real.
We're
This
making a
can't be
movie.
real, yeah.
We're making a movie. And this is the plot line.
You should turn this into one of your skits.
Yeah, because it's not real at this point.
It's when they brought in the Kitmans on hush money.
Hush money.
That was a real giveaway there.
How is there a
How
kit
is
man
there
for a
kit
private
man
academy?
for private one-on-ones?
It's just a coach.
The guy's there watching your kit and bringing it before training
No.
when you're 17 and under.
Jake.
It's never happened in the history of the game unless you're in a
Why is
Premier
anyone
League academy.
bringing you your kit
No,
for
boys,
one-on-one?
You're missing it. The coach has dissociative personality disorder where he's like 7 people at once. So he's the kit man.
He's paying himself. Oh,
Yeah.
this pocket into this one.
Yeah.
This makes the mum sound even more crazy.
Yeah. Sham, the mum's banging 6, motherfucker.
I
not one.
would love to know who's writing this in.
Yeah.
I would love to know.
I'll pay
Please
to find
DM us who you really are.
Part 3.
And why?
Bro, what's going on? The rumour started after the kit man walked in on the 2 in the equipment room hiding behind the free kick mannequins. The kit man instantly recognised the mum from how hot she is. So now I have no chance of playing over him.
So he's talking about now his whole
They're
his own
hiding
mum saying
behind the
how
free
hot
kick
she is.
mannequins, bro.
Bro, there's another kid talking about it because they say we all know how hot the mum is.
So,
Also, more people have
More
started
people are
writing in.
chiming in. Let's run with it. Fuck it.
bro, the hiding behind the free kick mannequins is
Yeah.
a joke,
Yeah.
bro. They're not.
Okay, this has got to stop. There's another one. Part 2. You see, there's this 17-year-old that recently joins the under-20 but quickly progressed and is training with the first. He's not able to receive regular minutes. A rumour has spread around the club, which is why he's starting because his hot mum is banging the gaff. You know what? Enough.
Yeah,
You've read that in the reverse order as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I don't know what's coming. Part 1, crazy story. I'm playing an NPL.
It's the same person writing a different
is this
story.
supposedly a different story?
No, it's the same shit.
No, this is not the private academy one, though. This is a different...
I'm playing an NPL in NSW. I scored over 20 goals last season, but I'm now looking to leave the club. This is because the manager has started a kid over me who is not up to the level. The kid who's banging the mum. I don't get it.
The coach is...
Whatever. The kid's banging the mum. Yeah, the coach. Sorry. Anyway, hey, bro.
This is this person's fault for derailing our headspace
Yeah,
here.
they're sitting at home. Netflix got boring. They
Like,
couldn't
we're
find
trying
anything.
to answer some really strong amateur agency.
Yeah, go fuck yourself, man. Was speaking to an under-16 coach who said he wants to cut a kid from his team because he's too small. He's worried the kid will get hurt. Other option is for him to go play below in his age group in the 14s. Should this be the coach's decision or the parents? Rash?
What about getting hurt?
Yeah, because he's too small.
Who cares about getting hurt? Can he play and can he deal with the level? So it's not about getting hurt or not. Is
That's
he
it, bro.
physically good enough
Yeah.
to... I mean, anyone can get hurt at any level.
If you looked at Cole
So-
Palmer when he was just making his starts for City, the guy's a twig.
Yeah, it's
not
just
about-
physically, can he deal with it, keep the ball?
Look at
Is he
Bernardo
losing
Silva.
the ball every time, getting pushed off and whatever. Yeah.
It don't matter. When will you come to David Barros Stadium to watch Bulleen? Soon.
Yeah, we'll go to the Veneta Club.
if they pay.
Sure.
When are you going to host a FIFA Pro Clubs tournament live with fans? My team would smoke the suited and booted team. Why the fuck would we do something where you're going to smoke us? Number one. Could potentially have a league players captain and other teams play suited and booted versus Ben Garuccio FC. Look, man, to be honest,
What the hell are they talking about?
yeah, he's
FIFA.
too old. He doesn't know what FIFA is. Jake sort of plays, but I don't think he's like incredible.
I'm not
We'll
bad.
come down, but we're going to have a representative to
Yeah.
play on our behalf.
Yeah, we've got...
Oh, yeah.
about
And
that?
then
You
we'll
know
see
what?
who gets smoked.
Hey, if we can insert a representative
Yeah.
on behalf of our club,
Yeah. And then we'll see,
I'll play it right now, bruh.
and then we'll see who
We'll
gets
play right now, bruh.
and then we'll see who gets smoked.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Then we'll see who gets
Hey,
smoked.
you know what? Scrap a week. Let's play now.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
Let's put some money on the line too.
Lloyd, make the call. Yeah. Do you think it's smart to post a video of you drinking shots of rakia and then driving home the same night?
I did think about that.
Yeah, my mum thought about that too.
That.
What? Can I speak in your defence here?
No, I'll speak.
Okay.
I'll speak. First of all,
If he
I've
slurs
lost
his
my
words
license.
right now.
first of all, I'm a grown man. Second of all, I was
Does that mean you can drink and drive?
See, that you've started with the wrong.
That's where I should
Hey,
go.
why
It's-
don't you shut the fuck up and
It's
let me
first
talk?
of all, I didn't drink and drive. Second of all,
Yeah, let's start with I'm a grown man.
I'll say whatever I want. They can sue me if they want. I was having the shots at like 5 o'clock. I drove home at midnight, and in between then I had 2 meals. I was completely fine. If you would have tested me then, I stopped drinking at 7 o'clock, and I drove home at midnight.
Earlier.
Yeah, I was fine. So,
Yeah.
I don't know. Stop.
We had an emergency plan in place, but there was about 4 hours of needing to stop drinking.
Yeah,
just
stop,
because.
maybe stop psychoanalyzing my life. My son is under 11s and he clearly is performing better than most in his age group. Is it smart or good to play him up in the under 12s or 13s, or should he stay in his age group? Play him up.
Yeah, it gets different though at 13s, I feel, when you're playing up. People start to hit puberty a bit older.
Are you going to any state league games? Yes, because it's the best leagues in the world. Springvale City again, please. Yeah, it depends. You know, it depends.
On what?
If the Chavabis are still as good as they were,
Aren't they good?
they're incredible.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been.
Yeah, they're incredible.
Yep.
10 Play has a Real Madrid channel showing highlights. Sky Sports NZ has a channel showing A-League games and replays. Should Channel 10 have a channel on FTA that's designed for A-League matches, highlights and football shows and big derbies and chuck them on the main 10 channel? Decent idea, but I don't think that'll do anything. I don't think that'll have any impact. I don't think people will watch it. There is an absolute myriad
Myriad.
of shows.
Word.
Great word.
that's a good word.
Of shows doing A-League highlights and all of that and
On the
podcasts.
A-League YouTube channel.
A-League YouTube. I don't know if Channel 10 are going to see any benefit in doing that. Love seeing Jake at Tarneet. How's he like it out there? Also, when's Nor coming out? We'll get him on the Vuvu.
Nor Botic.
I have to come out.
And
Yeah,
what the
it's
hell
your
is
team.
Vuvu?
No. Jake, Nor's coming out.
Also, what is
I was getting at.
yeah.
what is Vuvu?
Vuvuzela.
Do they have him out
Yeah,
there?
they got a Vuvuzela player.
No.
Down at WU.
Oh, no wonder you didn't go to the
Tarneet's
game.
awesome, man. I was there for Twilight game. It was beautiful.
Yeah, Jakey likes it out
I loved
there.
it. I love the club. It's great people.
Will the Asian Champions League be popular in Oz? No, let me start again. I've had too much raki. I shouldn't drive. Will the Asian Champions League ever be popular in Oz, Asia, or the rest of the world? I think it is pretty popular in parts of the world, man. Like, especially in Asia. I
I
think
think in Asia it's actually
It's
pretty
big.
like big deal.
It kind of feels like a little bit though with the Australian teams playing. I feel like there's a general view of like people aren't tuned into
Yes.
the games whilst they're on.
Yeah.
They're tuned into a result.
A-League
Well, that's
people.
exactly right.
Like when Sydney play, you know, in the-
Australian fans, you mean?
Yeah.
It's
They're-
definitely big in Asia.
But they're in the Europa League version of it. They're not in the Champions League. They're in the
hence why they're playing like Bangkok and stuff.
Yeah, hence why they're banging cock. State League predictions. Lindale to win State 4. Just listen to the pod last week. Do you think City's struggle with the fans has something to do with City Group owning them? Example, if you're a mad Man United Chelsea fan, you wouldn't go for them out of spite knowing they're connected to Manchester City.
What?
No. He's saying, like, if I'm a Victory fan... No, sorry. If I'm a football fan in Melbourne and I like Man U, I'm not choosing Melbourne City because they're connected to Man City.
I never thought
One
about
club
that.
though.
I don't think that's, I don't
Like,
think people
that
are.
cannot be the one reason.
No, he's
There's
I don't think it's the one
There's
reason.
a myriad of Man U fans in Melbourne that just all of a sudden don't go for Melbourne City now because they're owned by City Group. I don't think that's a thing.
I don't think that's not a thing. I think that is kind of possible.
But not on a scale that's big enough to affect the fan base to the level.
Because don't you think the whole philosophy... Yeah, like you have to be a diehard football fan here, right? But it's like, don't you think the whole philosophy of Citigroup is that ultimately we're trying to feed the marquee thing, which is Manchester City. So it's like we know Girona, essentially Spanish players that we can pluck out. It's Melbourne, City, Aussie stuff that we can bring through. It's like, by supporting this, I'm indirectly supporting City. Manchester.
That makes sense in theory, but I don't think they're thinking that deep.
Yeah.
But decent question, man. You know, I see where the guy's coming from, but I don't think it's.
What does City Group stand for?
What?
What does Melbourne City stand for?
I don't know.
Like, what is their branding?
Melbourne City.
Oh goodness.
Like, what is the feeling?
He's saying what's the mission?
Can you answer your own question?
No. You?
Well, they're just an.
I think that's maybe the issue of why people don't follow them.
Good point.
That's a good point.
My 11-year-old son says his teammates are bullies to anyone that makes a mistake in a match. The bullying is done verbally and not obvious.
Yeah.
The coach doesn't hear it. What should we do as the child doesn't want to get us involved?
Define bullying or
The coach should
on a
hear
fucking
it,
Tuesday.
or the coach should be aware of it.
First of all, the coach should know what's going on, and they're 11, so I think it's absolutely fine for you or the kid to go up to the coach and be like, listen, something's got to be done about this, because, you know, they're not gangsters. You can snitch.
Just
So, Hardy,
fucking 2-foot him on Tuesday, bro.
No, but Jake is 11.
Exactly.
Wait, he's 11 writing in?
No.
Oh, it's a
My
parent.
11-year-old
Parent.
son
My
says
11
his
yeah.
teammates are bullying him.
It's the one way to shut it up. Is what I said. But
Oh, mate, it's a complicated thing. I think cancel ball sports.
yeah,
I'm going to give him a real answer.
Yeah, no.
Unless
And
the
that's crazy that I have to do it.
the coach has to address it, but I feel like it just makes it worse if they know that you've gone to the coach for help.
Can I just be devil's advocate?
But as a parent, I would go straight to the coach if your kid's not like in a
I'd do
position
it.
to protect himself or whatever.
I'd say to the coach, I'd
Could
be
you
like,
could you
or,
not talk
you know-
to the other parents of the kid that's doing the bullying?
yeah, you're asking for a punch on, I reckon.
Not in an aggressive way, but just be like, hey, this is going on. Like, are you guys aware of it?
I'd go to the coach first, because what you can do is you can make it seem like the coach has just realised on his own. Where it's like, okay, I've been seeing some things at training where an 11-year-old's not smart enough to be like, wait a minute, that parent rang that coach on Tuesday night. I saw his call log. No. They won't know. Just tell the coach, and the coach should deal with it.
Why are they hesitant to say anything? What did they say? Sorry. Sorry. I made a joke answer because I don't actually know what to do in this
the
situation.
child doesn't want us to get in. He doesn't want the parents to get involved.
Exactly.
Well-
That's as a normal, because the kid
very
will know
normal
that
thing for a kid,
it'll
yeah.
come back on it even further. Probably. That's
Yeah,
I feel
probably-
sorry for
yeah,
that
the
kid.
coach
Hey, man,
needs to know.
whoever that kid is, send us his Instagram. We'll hit him up.
I'll go sort these.
Yeah,
bullies out.
we'll send him a
Yeah,
message.
the coach definitely needs to know. And like Jerome says, I think one thing that we learnt when we did our licenses, which I thought was very interesting, which is why my first answer was what it was, is it's not good enough as a coach to say that you didn't know. You didn't
Yeah,
realize.
the coach-
Even though they're
I'm
obviously
telling
you can't
now,
know everything.
I'll tell you now, the coach
but-
knows. The coach would know.
Obviously, you can't know everything, but
He'll know there's a sentiment towards a kid making mistakes.
yeah.
For sure.
probably. But
Or
yeah,
else,
if
or
he
else
doesn't,
shouldn't be coaching kids.
yeah. But if he doesn't know, probably just take it to the coach, I'd say, and
All right, let's-
and let him make it seem like he knew.
Local club has asked me to coach due to lack of interest. It's my first time coaching. Where should I focus? It's State 5.
I gotta get going soon, by the way.
Yeah, quickly, I would just say basics. Just focus on the basics, man. You're not going to get State 5s to play any type of system. So play very simple and use the strengths of your players. So if you have a fast winger or wingers, hit it long to them. Let them run. Just play to everyone's strengths and play basic. That was good. Fuck, I'm all right.
Like, did Jake had a look at his eyes?
I didn't hear what he was saying.
That's what he looked like.
I was just listening to his tone. It's making me laugh.
Tell Gav he can reveal his club. Transfer Market have been showing it for a couple of weeks.
Well, Cavs Club haven't announced him.
Yeah, so
That's why we're not.
yeah.
It's
Is
a
that
Mexican.
like- is-
It's a Mexican standoff.
Yeah, and is that like you just get a missus or whatever, and she doesn't tell her friends about you?
She hasn't.
Yeah.
posted
And-
social.
And I also
doesn't post
think
on
from the
socials,
club's point of view, why would you not announce him?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Idiotas.
That's all. I wonder why. It's
Transfer
very weird.
Market has State 1 on it. Jerome, Jarome.
Jerome.
Yeah. There's only one person that calls me Jerome.
I don't know who it is.
It's Deng. United owns Chelsea. Palmer is a pen merchant. Well, he's not because he missed one on the weekend. Who's playing for? I guess we'll never know. Jarogba, I know you don't have the same experience of some of the other boys on the pod, but the way you answer AA questions shows you actually have decent ball knowledge. Advice for people. Have you ever considered coaching? You know what? I love you. Because...
Can I see the phone?
Could you, could you coach? Like, seriously.
The thing about me is...
I'm not saying you wouldn't know what you're talking about. I'm more talking about...
Emotional stability.
Could you as a person do it?
Yeah.
He would bully the 11-year-old that lost.
Yeah. What about if your player said, "Oh,
Yous
why
don't
the fuck
actually-
am I not playing?"
You don't actually know me.
No, I'm not saying that's what...
What? You said yourself, if
I
someone
literally
says
just asked
anything
you the
small to
question
you,
to
you come
answer.
back and personally abuse them.
Yeah, Mourinho.
I've asked him, I said, do you think as a person you
Yes.
can do it? He goes, you don't know me.
No.
asked you.
Okay. All right.
That's why I'm asking.
Okay. Well, I'm going to give you an answer. I could. I just find coaching extremely stressful.
Yeah. It is, though.
It's fun.
It is.
No matter
Everything's on
what
your
level you
shoulders.
are, it's
Yeah.
all on you.
Do you know what I think gets misunderstood about coaching as well? Is you've got to love training people.
Well, that's exactly right.
Correct.
Like, that's...
Conversation's
absolutely.
done.
No, seriously. Like, Jake's right. You've got to love...
Because that's 90% of the job.
You've got to love
in life.
nurturing and sort of seeing results in what you do. Because, bro, I've been around state league clubs, whatever, where a coach has gone or been sacked or whatever, and they're genuinely like emotional about it. Like, no matter what level you coach at, you have to take it seriously. Unless it's like...
Even if your players don't.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, like, or else the players are going to look at you and think, why the fuck are we here if the coach...
Yeah,
doesn't
I
even
think
do it?
that's it. Yeah, state league's got to be one of the hardest places in the world to coach.
It's fucked.
Yeah.
It's like-
So, bro, thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it.
That's a big plug.
I never, to be fair, and not to be cocky or whatever, I never felt like I was left out around these boys that have played at high levels and stuff because they aren't assholes. But I've definitely come across people in the football world where just because they've played at a higher level or whatever, they think they're...
Dismiss everything.
Yeah, dismissive or above.
We've experienced that with football. So it's like, that's why I think we emphasize to never be like that.
Yeah. Like, these boys never made me feel like, oh, shut up, Jerome, you don't know what you're talking about. You never played.
Do you know who was a good person for me
fuck your
to
mum.
get that off, and Rashid would have? Was
Did we catch that?
No, I missed it. What did you say?
Continue.
Yeah, keep going.
Okay.
Keep going.
No, and you'll agree with this, but I know you will, is Archie.
What a guy.
Like, the most... What did he... Shit's gone. He's
No,
gone.
what a guy. Archie, like, seriously.
Yeah.
That guy's always been my hero because of how he is.
I don't know what's
I don't know what's so funny.
You know exactly what you did.
Me? Why does he have such a delayed reaction?
He's just adding it all up right now.
I don't know. Anyway.
you didn't hear what he said. did
No, what did he say?
Fuck your mum.
No, I said, I'll fuck
He said,
him.
"Oh fuck."
Look, listen. It's a joke, but I do want to make the point of that these boys,
Whose mum?
any footballer that thinks they can
douse
dismiss
They
him.
dismiss him.
Fuck, how did I miss that?
because I sort of said it like,
That's you writing them in, bro.
nah, it's not. But seriously, nothing is worse than anyone in any field that has done something at a high level and is dismissive of someone else just because they haven't had the same experience. And I'll tell you what, these guys never had that issue with. And the day they do dismiss me because I've never played at a high level,
What's he gonna say?
nah, I don't know. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just fucking around. But they've never done that, and that's why I've always felt welcome
I'm
since
gonna pull up on 'em.
episode 1. Like, it's never been a thing of, yeah, you wouldn't know. You never played A-League. So what, cunt? You've never played Metro 8. Now what? It's a different world.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I love that guy. Just quickly, we're really going to rush through these.
Too.
It's killing me.
I've also disorder here.
Futsal, we'll talk about that next week. What are the chances of the second division playing in Asia in the next 2 to 3, 4 years? I'm saying it's high. Look, bro, if everything goes to plan, especially with this Oceania shit, and that goes well, you never know. What advice would you give parents who have kids starting out in the Nines JDL SAP? Man, these
JDL?
the Jake Barker-Dash League. These
What is that? How many letters does
I
that
don't know.
have?
These acronyms, bro.
First off, just by the amount of letters and words that might have associated with it, run.
Also, how would you handle it if you and other parents in the team are disappointed with the coach? You've approached a club who are too scared to do anything about it. Move your kid then.
Yeah.
I reckon people need to simplify their problems that they send into AA. If you don't like the coach,
Yeah.
sit back and think, is he a good coach? Is he just an asshole? Can I look past it? Or I genuinely don't want him coaching my kid. I'll take my kid out the club.
You know, all your life problems can be solved this way. Just take a step back and simplify it.
Well, that's exactly right.
Even the question before about the JDPL SAP is, I would say, like
Added
you
3
just
letters.
just go to a club
Well,
where
I
there's
reckon
where there's a good coach.
if they join the BNL
JDL
FFCF,
SAP.
no, well,
Welcome to the
end-
JDL SAP.
all the letters, they don't matter.
well,
Just
if
go to
you
a club with a
join
good,
the
good coach.
BCF, MLK, JDPF League,
Boating, camping, fishing.
yeah, your kid will be better off.
Yeah. The more acronyms, the better. Like,
Last one. What are your thoughts on FTS?
All right.
The song, like, fuck the system?
From what I have seen, a lot of good players come out of it. Whether they're producing them based on what they're doing in their actual academy or school, I don't know, or whether they're just attracting talent. Because, I can't really speak on it because I haven't actually seen their sessions, but a lot of reports have told me that they're not necessarily doing anything, spectacular, but they're just attracting a lot of talent. But that's not a dig at them because I actually don't know, but that's what I've heard.
I have 2 hours to drive to North Melbourne from Bosnia here and then go to Soccer 5. So that's all for now, folks. We love you. Shout out Preston once again. Just a reminder for those that are still here, for those that have mental issues enough to be still here. Like on Spotify. Give 5 stars on Spotify. You see we got Bootin' About. Go follow Bootin' About.
yeah, so.
We're trying to up the ante, man. But we need your help. Help us. Give us that little push. Suited and booted. We out.
Peace, B.